Products.
Looking for oilfield, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
The Hobbs Eagles have advanced to the football 6A quarterfinal after they blew out the Clovis Wildcats 50-13 last Friday night. The Wildcats were never in this ballgame as the Hobbs offense created over 500 yards of total offense. Hobbs coach Ken Stevens.
Offensively, our offensive line did a phenomenal job up front. They paved the way for Solo Armendariz, who had 10 carries for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Owen Callaway had a good game at quarterback. I believe he was 10 out of 11 for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Up next for the Eagles is Cleveland, the number 1 seed. And while some may see this game as a David versus Goliath, but remember that David slayed the giant. And on any given Friday,
that's what we've been working for. It's the opportunity that we want, is to be able to go and play the number 1 team and have that opportunity to play them to see how we measure up and hopefully be able to knock them off the perch.
Kickoff 7 p.m. Friday at Rio Rancho.
This has been your Hobbs Eagles Sports Update, brought to you by America Supply, 502 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-393-3383.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. The American dream of owning my own business was a constant thought growing up. I opened my insurance office at age 19, and 40 years later, I'm still here providing insurance policies for auto, home, life, commercial, boats, RVs, and ATVs. I'm Rebecca Long, and I want to be your agent. Call me today at 575-393-2661 or drop by 226 West Vega in Hobbs.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Southeast New Mexico weather.
The Southeast Plains of New Mexico continues with this heat in October, November. It continues to spill over as temperatures go into the upper 80s and 90 degrees. Mid to upper 80s in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 83 degrees on this Tuesday in November. Now, the November temperatures, well, they're not here. Instead, we have October numbers with the mid to upper 80s again tomorrow on Wednesday, but down to 81 degrees in Lovington. For W105 FM, meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
May I have your attention, please?
What time do you have to be at the radio station?
Like right now.
Like right now?
What is there, an echo in here?
It's so early.
So early.
We still got a job to do.
I get it, but why do you have to go so early?
Because it's called,
a Tuesday morning show.
So you see, morning is actually in the name.
Oh, right.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is early and it's showtime, 6:07. Blake is in the studio with us this morning.
I am.
And Tommy is in the studio. I got to turn off this fan. I just realized I had that sounds not as noisy now. I had a air condition and a fan. During the day, I turned the fan on.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it's got, trying to cool off everything and without running the air con, and fan was still on. So not as noisy now. I was wondering why it sounded like that. I get it now. So Tom in the studio, he'd be still looking for that sound.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it feeding
good.
back, so there's nothing going here. So.
Yeah. So awesome. Polls opening. Lots of elections going on across the country. This could be a good day to be a Republican and a conservative. We'll talk about that. Mississippi. Handful of states where the governorship is up for grabs. New Mexico is not one of those states, unfortunately. We would love to get rid of this governor. We look for excuse to get rid of the governor, but it's not her time. Evidently.
It's past her time.
Oh, no, it's way past her time, but there's no election. So sad. We got wind in the forecast today. I'll get you updated with the complete forecast. Election day across the country. Hug a bear day. Tom, you ever hugged a bear?
I never had the privilege, no.
I might be able to find one like in Albuquerque, maybe at one of those bars, you might be able to hug a bear.
I was going to say, that was kind of loaded, Kevin.
Yeah, that was. Little League Girls Day going on today. Bittersweet chocolate with almonds. National Lymphoma Awareness Day. Notary Public Day. And Skeptics Day. International Skeptics Day. So it's just not America being skeptics. It's everybody being skeptics, of course. Question of the day, what is a poor food that you still eat? So, poor food that you still eat.
Define
something that...
Yeah, define that. What's a poor food?
Well, I mean, food that you ate when you were poor.
Okay.
But now that you could eat basically
Still
anything, you still eat it. I know my wife's food would be, doesn't matter. It's dried fish, fried dried fish. And if anybody has ever smelled fried fish being fried, it is the most horrific smell that you will ever. Sometimes in the morning I'm out for my walk and I smell that. It's like the smell of menudo. For me, both of those smells is just nasty. But it doesn't matter. She doesn't have to eat dried fish. She can eat pretty much. She's got money. She still wants dried fish. It's bad. It's bad.
Well, it's a taste, and when you get those tastes when you're young, you crave those your whole life.
Yeah, you get, and the other one would be rice for her. She's got to have her rice, dried fish and rice. What a combination for breakfast. All right, 6:07. Let's check the weather. Being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds of clothes, $16.99. Find them in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lumington, Hobbs, and they wash, dry, and fold your clothes, dry clean your clothes, starch them up. They keep you looking good. All American Cleaners. 86 for the high today. We've got winds gusting over 30 miles an hour throughout the day. Most of the winds coming from the southwest. Tonight, winds calming down, but 57 the overnight low. The wind is back tomorrow up to 30 miles an hour. High temperature 83, and then a front pushing through on Thursday, bringing a chance of rain and cooling things off. We will not be below freezing, though, on Thursday and Friday. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. They're at their brand new location on Main Street in Artesia. They're in the old Touchdown Barbecue location. serving up breakfast right now. If you would like for them to go ahead and prepare meals for you, give them a call in advance, maybe for everybody on location or maybe in the office. Call them in advance. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Don't forget, on the weekends, they are doing live entertainment on Friday or Saturday, depending if the Bulldogs are playing at home. Go in and have lunch or breakfast at Roadrunner Grill. 612, Tom, the text line is open.
All right, on the question of the day, what's the most poor food you ate? How about rabbit? Says one texter. All righty.
You dirty wabbit, I will eat you.
And Germ is saying, how about potato, rice, and beans? Yeah, okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Rice, beans, potatoes. Yeah.
And another one says, how about them Roman noodles?
Roman noodles, or maybe that would be ramen noodles.
Yeah, what's it? I call them Roman.
Roman noodles with Roman numeral numbers. They go hand in hand. It's awesome. Definitely awesome.
Another text that says rice and beans are my poor food. And how about them barbecue weenies and mac and cheese?
Ooh, that was too rich for my blood.
Right.
Yeah, look, my mom used to make us macaroni and cheese and weenies. So cut the weenies up, mix it in the mac and cheese. But my mainstay would be eggs and rice. And my eggs and rice have to be made a particular way. And this is my dad's go-to food his entire life, eggs and rice. So you put the butter, and then you toast the cooked rice, and you make it kind of hard, and you just toast it enough that it's not soft, and then you throw the eggs in there, mix it up, plenty of salt and plenty of black pepper. That's my go-to. I'll have that for lunch from time to time, and that's awesome. Eggs and rice.
How about flour tortilla with butter? Ooh.
That's a good one. I don't know if that's going to fill me up.
That was good. And another texter says, well, the McRib, but yeah, it's coming.
I don't know. That would be considered poor food. You have to go spend, I don't know, what, $5 or $6 for it now. So it's
right.
Rice and beans only cost you what, 30 cents a cup?
30 cents. Although,
a cup.
I went over to one of the big stores the other day, and I've changed my diet. So
are you?
Yeah. So I got a sugar-free apple pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Tom would have been feasting birthday party here at the house. In fact, it's continuing on with the videoke. If you hear the videoke going on, that's downstairs. But cake and a big O pig, lechon, big O pig, 90-pound pig.
Dang.
Wow.
That they roasted, and the price of pork is going up. That was like 8,000 pesos, which is
bucks in American.
$160 or something like that, which seems a lot, but it is a big.
I was gonna say it's a whole pig though, right? A whole one.
Yeah, it's a whole pig. So they roasted the whole pig, and cut it up. The only part I don't eat a lot of the pork. The day after, I will take that pork and turn it into pulled pork sandwiches, and I'll eat that with some barbecue. But I like the skin, but the skin's got to be crunchy for me. Nice and crunchy.
Chicharrones.
It's awesome. Probably not good for me, but awesome. Democratic Representative Japal told WNBC, make that MSNBC, Jen Psaki, that she's concerned that the Democrats are losing the presidency in 2024. We had that cut yesterday, and Jen gets it because, she was booted by Joe Biden's White House as the press secretary. And so Joe didn't even know that he was going to give her an employment recommendation. Yeah, because he didn't even remember that she worked for him. He was like, who? Jen who? Well, and students in Portland at the public school have missed 3 days. I think today would be the 4th day as teachers went on strike and strike began last week, and this thing drags on and on and on. Let's hope these kids get back to learning quickly so they can learn how to join Antifa in Portland. I mean, that's got to be a goal in Portland. Why don't these teachers strike during the summer?
Right.
When the kids are in school?
Because it hurts the kids when they strike when the kids are in school.
Yeah, and they lose a leverage, I guess would be probably the biggest reason is they lose that leverage.
My big question on that is, if you're a teacher and you're going to strike, that's fine. But why do you want to hurt the kids? Doesn't that go against everything? Like, I know a lot of teachers and they don't want to hurt the kids at all, ever.
Right.
For good reason. I mean, that's.
Yeah. Huh. Well, B, didn't they waive the graduate requirements?
In
the state of Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon. Yeah, we talked about that last week. Oregon has waived all graduation requirements. Maybe this is a plan. Yeah. Maybe they knew this was coming, and they're, I mean, you don't have to learn anything to get a diploma in Oregon.
Well, that's true. Now that I think about it, they can go and strike all they want. The kids still graduate.
I mean, do you think ever that New Mexico waves a white flag and does follow suit?
I hope not.
We're already doing it.
I hope not.
I would hope not. Somebody playing the slot machine at the Excalibur in Las Vegas last week pulled the lever and won $12.2 million. Their name has not been released.
Oh, man.
And by the way, if it's me, I don't want my name to be released. No, I don't want anybody knowing. I don't even know if I tell the wife at that point. She's like, where are you getting all this money from?
Should find out sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. Barbara Streisand's memoirs came out. The name of it is My Name is Barbara. It comes out today. Now, if you like the audiobook version, and I read a lot of audiobooks, I will not read that one. But this thing, brace yourself, 48 hours and 15 minutes.
Does she sing it?
Yeah, I would consider a long book 12 hours. Most of the books I read are 8 to 9 hours, sometimes 7 hours.
Well, that's probably about right, because that's about the normal reading speed for a normal person.
Right.
You know.
But
and I know they're abridged, but still.
48 hours?
She's got to be singing
something.
No. This is no. I thought that. No, it's all reading.
Is it?
I'm reading a Michael Conley book right now. It's 11 hours.
How long is her book?
Yeah.
It's over 1,000 pages.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I just don't know if what stories that she has to tell.
All of them, apparently.
I guess. Peter White, best known for his role in The Boys and the Band, and was on All My Children, died. He was 86 years old. Died at his home in Los Angeles. And Joe Biden yesterday announced that they're going to give more money to the rail industry. And I went back and looked this up. Now, the rail industry is lots of union. And so Biden announcing, I just don't know where we're getting all this cash. $16 billion. Now, we just came up with a budget, didn't we?
Supposed to.
And then all of a sudden we're going, oh no, we're going to give them $16 billion. So I went back and I looked at the numbers. So we're going to give them a lot of money, $16 billion. Well, in 2020 we gave them $14 billion. 2021 we gave them $1.4 billion. And 2022 we gave them $233 million. So the railroad industry, evidently, is that a thriving industry? Like, look, Amtrak, isn't that a private entity that we keep propping up and supporting like the Postal Service?
Amtrak is, but, most rail isn't passenger rail. Most of it's cargo.
Right. So we're building it up, and I got a cut coming from Joe Biden talking about Amtrak. Hobbs motorcyclist died after a crash involving a semi-truck. 60-year-old man from Hobbs died in that crash in Gaines County over the weekend.
Yeah.
So the 60-year-old from Hobbs involved in that crash with a semi-truck, Virgil Woods, 60, riding his Harley on 62-180 near County Road 215 when the crash occurred. And the semi-truck driver was not injured, but Virgil passed away at the scene. And DPS is still investigating.
Yeah, but they did say it was the truck driver's fault because he didn't yield at the stop sign and pulled through, across both lanes, a little after 9 o'clock at night on Saturday.
Wow. Tweet of the day coming up, by the way, Hobbs Airfield Speedway, they're done with the season. So anybody want to sponsor the tweet of the day, don't get in touch with Tom. You can shoot me a private message or get in touch with Will. What, Tom?
Hello.
Tom wants the credit.
He wants the commission on it?
I guess.
Is that what it is?
I think they need to call either Kevin or Will. And Tom just...
If you can't get a hold of them, you can always get a hold of me.
Or you can get a hold of Mandy in the office.
Yeah, either way. All right, so if you want to sponsor the tweet of the day, I got a pretty decent tweet of the day. And I said it. I said it like a month ago. When rappers start being the voice of common sense, it's scary times in America. We got Ice Cube on the way. We are beyond the Breakfast Club. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. They've got 35, almost over 35 years in the industry. Mr. Wendell Wakefield packed up the kids, brought them to New Mexico, started Wakefield Oil, and the kids are still running the company. And they serve all of southeast New Mexico, parts of West Texas. They deliver fuel out to locations. So if you're out in the patch and you need diesel or a DEF value or interstate batteries, they can help you there too. Go to the website, wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day, searching for a new laptop online is basically forcing your current computer to dig its own grave. It's my thought for the day. 6:24. And if you notice, if you start searching for a laptop today, every pop-up ad from here for 2 months will be nothing about it will be everything about laptops. Everything.
Well, especially since we're so close to Christmas.
Oh, yeah. And all these deals are going to be crazy. All right, 6:25. Some gun owners. We talked about the story yesterday. The gun buyback program. I do have a number. How many guns do you think were bought back at the gun buyback program, Tom?
I'm going to say.
I'm going to guess 200.
200?
400.
439. 400. Now, that's at 3 different locations. Wow. Albuquerque, Espanola, and Las Cruces. And to be honest, they ran out of money. I mean, the governor had set aside $80,000 for a gun buyback program when she signed the executive order. And across the 3 locations, they bought back 439 guns. They were paying $200 for a handgun, $300 for a rifle and shotgun, and ARs were I want to say $400. And somebody should have went there and said, "I'll give you more." And all these guns are going to be destroyed. Every one of these guns are going to be destroyed. I hope they were not used in to commit a crime.
Right.
I hope they weren't.
Because
they're
gone now.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. And what they do with these guns, I don't know if it's the same group that is doing it, but they turn them into garden tools. So, your gun.
They do a few other things too.
Do they?
Yeah, it's mostly garden tools, but they do if because of the quality of steel, they use it for any other little things like that they can use. Like they'll turn it into some chair parts and things like that as well.
So your gun's going to be turned into a hoe. It's just it's disappointing. It really is. Yeah. All right, we got to do the tweet of the day, being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR jeans, gloves, shirts, safety gear, steel-toe boots. And while you're in the store, check out the furniture, appliances, and electronics. They've got all of that at zero down financing. And right next to Rig Outfitters and the Home Store is Scrub Outfitters. Large selection of scrubs, medical scrubs. They've got big name brands like Peaches and Dickies and Healing Hands. All the compression socks you're looking for and comfy shoes and the equipment you'll need to go to work in the medical field. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters. Check them out in the Broadmoor Mall. Tweet of the day this morning, Ice-T, the voice of reason, talking about why people are, love Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is what Americans love. Donald Trump is what Americans aspire to be. Rich, powerful, do what you want to do, say what you want to say, be how you want to be. That's kind of been like the American dream. So he looks like a boss to everybody, and the Americans love to have a boss. So, that's his appeal.
Ice-T, the voice of reason. Amazing. By the way, yesterday, Donald Trump did testify at his hearing in New York. I will play a couple cuts. And Donald Trump's attorney had something to say about the hearing also. So we'll get to that cut coming up in just a second. All right, number 877-396-W105. Price of oil is on the way. We'll talk about key elections. What states are the key elections going on? We'll get to that coming up next.
All right, that texter says that was Ice Cube, B.
Ice Cube. Did I say Ice-T? I'm sorry, Ice Cube.
Right. So, hey, buddies, has a traffic alert for us this morning. Bad wreck on Highway 18 and the Eunice cutoff on the North Loop. Again, a bad wreck on Highway 18 and Eunice cutoff on the North Loop. I'll get more information on that. Come in. This report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today.
And this asker this texter is asking, I wonder if they went through a license FFL to buy those guns. Laugh out loud, says the texter.
Well, and, as corrupt as this state is, what would happen if those guns end up back on the street? I'm just asking a question. The state has a history of corruption. I'm just asking, what happens if they end up back on the street?
And the guns went from making holes to being holes. Laugh out loud. I think B said that for a minute, but he meant something else. How about the Mama Bear's asking, are the trains electric? She's laughing out loud this morning. And on the question of the day, Fat Poppy loves pinto beans, says the texter. Those are good. And another texter says, B, how do you read an audio book?
You listen to it. So you're not reading, so to speak, but it's reading to you.
They're reading to you.
The joys of technology.
I like audiobooks whenever we're traveling somewhere because we can plug them in and you can get through that whole book. If you're going from, like, say, southeast New Mexico to like the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it's around 6 hours.
Yeah.
So you can do a whole book on the way there and back.
Fiction,
yeah. I go through 2 or 3 books, and I have learned there is a app called Libby, and you can download free books and audiobooks. And I got mine by using my son's address in Lubbock. I'll be honest with you, because I couldn't find any libraries in the state that use Libby. But I go through 2 or 3 books. Right now I'm redoing the bathroom, so I'm building cabinets.
Right.
So when I'm building cabinets, I'm listening to books. When I'm working out, I'm listening to books. So
are you going to download Barbara Streisand's new book?
We just covered.
No. No, I didn't download Michelle Obama's book. And I know that's something I didn't download Hillary Clinton's book, even though I know you would love each of those.
You know what would be neat on those audiobooks if she sang he don't bring me
Were
flowers
you here
anymore.
a minute ago?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's got to
discuss-
sing a song in that book.
We discussed this already.
Hey, Kevin, most of the libraries in southeast New Mexico, I don't think it's Libby, but I think they do offer a couple other services like that where you can download audiobooks. I know that the Hobbs Library does. I know the Roswell Library does. I think
I tried looking that up online, and I couldn't find them, so I just said, I know Lubbock Library does it. And
Right.
Well, I got to get on the Lovington board so we can do that.
Well, and I know that the Hobbs...
Wait, a guy that's never read a book is going to get on the library board.
Yeah.
We wonder how things get screwed up in this country.
I know that the Hobbs Library, they had closed when COVID happened on Saturdays, and now they've started reopening on Saturdays. So for those that couldn't get there before, if you're in that area, you can go by there now. But the libraries are a great resource, and people don't realize how much they offer.
Still.
Tom, what's the last book you read?
Been a while.
Yeah, been a while. But get on that library board, because those that can't get on the board. All right, 633. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Give them a buzz today. Look, they're not hiring right now. I'm going to be very honest with you. They filled every position in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. They had bunches of job openings, and they filled all of them. And part of the reason they were able to fill all their positions is great place to work. They offer one of the best salaries in the industry and one of the best benefit packages in the industry. Find out more information today. Go to greatoilfieldjobs.com. They are a drug-free employer and an equal opportunity employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $79.52, $83.72 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $3.43.
Look, I keep hearing about the increase in oil is coming, but the price of gas, I saw somebody yesterday pricing in Las Cruces that prices dropped below $2.99 in Las Cruces. So I don't understand, and I don't understand the stock market either right now, because things are not good economically, and the stock market hasn't cratered. So the only thing that leads me to believe is that they're propping the damn thing up.
Well, this morning, as I passed by the gas station on the way here in Hobbs, it was $3.17. Now, over the weekend, over in Midland, I paid $2.89. So
wow,
it's $3.07 in Lovington this morning.
So it's all over the board.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess shop around. Election day in America: Kentucky, Mississippi, Virginia, New Jersey, along with Ohio and Pennsylvania, all set the stage for the 2024 elections. We got we've got folks running for governor and a couple Senate seats that are going to be up for grabs. And one of those seats is a African-American Republican, and he is running. Also, Louisiana up for grabs for a couple seats. But a couple weeks ago, they elected Jeff Landry in a stunning victory. And Louisiana gets their first Republican governor since Bobby Jindal, I do believe, who was not a good. Jindal is a very smart Indian guy, was not a good governor, and for whatever reason, Louisiana to get back where they need to be. They need to end the moratorium on drilling out in the Gulf of Mexico. Obama decimated that state, along with Mississippi and Alabama. So they need to drill, baby, drill. Looks like migrant caravan swelling to over 7,000 people heading to the U.S. border. The organizer says it keeps growing every single day. It's amazing they have an organizer for a migrant caravan.
Well, and that caravan also includes people from Cuba.
Oh, yeah.
Cuba. Yeah, like they have to swim across the ocean to get to Mexico. Why don't they just do the straight down in Florida?
They used to.
Yeah, they fly. Lots and lots of people are flying into Mexico and then tracking across to the United States. And by the way, the numbers are up in Canada.
Who's paying for those flights? Who's paying for that?
George Soros, I'm sure. One of those organizations. My sister-in-law actually is a member of a organization. She's an attorney, and she does pro bono immigration work. I'm trying to think of La UNDA. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, they'll go to Mexico and work with the cartels to tell them how to do it. And as you probably imagine, me and her, we don't get along a whole bunch at all. But, yeah, she'll go down there and tell them what they need to do and what they ask for and all the freebies. And, yeah, she's working hard. Looks like a woman who has been charged as with juvenile sex, manufacturing pornographic material with a juvenile, has now been rearrested. So you let somebody that manufactures porn, child porn, and you let them out. Well, now she has been charged with shoplifting. So she goes on trial soon after she videoed a 13-year-old girl being sexually abused and posted it online. And the district attorney, they let her out. Her name is Yacelis Crespis, and part of her conditions of release, she was not supposed to get in any more trouble. Well, the shoplifting kind of avoided that. And this case goes back to 2019. Can you believe that we have people that haven't gone to trial all the way from 2019? She's 23 years old now, and she was driving an SUV and recording a grown man sexually abusing a 13-year-old girl in the back seat. She was charged with manufacturing and distributing child pornography, and part of her release was that she couldn't get into any other trouble. Well, the shoplifting, I think they need to take her back to court and keep her locked up. Israel's defense forces, the IDF, announced that they killed the commander of Hamas, one of the commanders, and his name is Wali Assad. He is the commander of Assad's battalion, and they killed him yesterday as they found him in a tunnel. And he would not go peacefully. So he is gone.
Good.
Did you guys see the protesting and the propaganda that was posted up in Lafayette Park? General Lafayette now has the Palestinian flag. He is holding a Palestinian flag as of this morning. And then they defaced the statue with Free Palestine and all kind of other stuff that they... Now, Lafayette Park, that's right next to the White House, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't think those people were here. They kind of proved otherwise.
Yeah, like the Hamas commander, I'm sure somebody like him is already here. Sad but true. Odessa man has been charged with burglarizing a Dodge dealer and car theft. He stole 2 Dodge trucks from a dealership in Odessa. I thought all these cars were smart cars now, and you couldn't steal them.
Apparently not.
Yeah, evidently. So this happened at All American Dodge in Odessa. He had already stole 2 vehicles and came back for a third when he was arrested. Michael Gowdy, 28, has been charged. You had to get greedy. And 2 Democrats are retiring from Congress after all the speaker drama, they're done. Representative Jeff Jackson, Democrat from North Carolina, retiring, and John Sambrinis of Maryland, Democrat from Maryland, are leaving Congress, and they are saying because of the drama with the speaker.
I think the North Carolina Democrats are upset with Jackson for doing that because his district is pretty evenly split, and they're worried that the Republicans can flip that district.
We can only hope. Guess what's coming back? They were very popular in the 70s. Tom, I don't know if you were cool enough to have one back in the day.
Slinky?
The mood ring.
Oh.
Mood ring. You didn't have a mood ring?
I had a Slinky.
He has a mood toilet seat.
What the hell? You did not own a mood ring?
No.
Man, that helped you pick up chicks back in the day.
Are you kidding me? Everybody back in the day had the mood ring. A pair of BB jeans and Huaraches and the damn mood ring. Blake, you remember all of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had a
Slinky. And I'm younger than him.
A Slinky.
No.
By the way, the Slinky would have been much younger in life.
Right.
I had one.
Well, maybe you were 13 years old still playing with the Slinky. I don't know.
We had, like you said, we had the bell bottoms, and they were big. You know, when I was a kid, it was like the bell bottoms had to be big enough to cover your foot.
Right.
You know, and then you, like you said, the mood ring, and then you know, and all of our T-shirts. I remember they either had a colored collar, whatever they said on them. They either had a colored collar and sleeve ends, or it was like a baseball type 3/4 sleeve.
Right. And I bet your mood ring was never green. You know what green was? Awake. Awake. Yeah. Green was for awake, but supposedly the fad is coming back, so be looking for mood rings. They're going to be here very soon.
Well, BB pants are back, so.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of girls with the big bell bottoms. All right, Trump's attorney, here's what she had to say, and she was not a happy camper. We'll get to the border crisis and fentanyl deaths. Do they go hand in hand? We'll talk about that coming up next. Trump's attorney, here's what she had to say after Trump testified yesterday.
You have a right to hire a lawyer who can stand up and say something when they see something wrong. But I was told to sit down today. I was yelled at. And I've had a judge who is unhinged slamming a table. Let me be very clear. I don't tolerate that in my life. I'm not going to tolerate it here. And you know what? You shouldn't either.
By the way, she is very upset because the judge basically told her to shut up and sit down. Is that the proper decorum in the courtroom?
No, I don't think so.
Not even remotely.
No.
Yeah. And so... And you heard her. She sounds like she's from Jersey. I don't tolerate that in my life.
And she shouldn't.
Yeah, no, she shouldn't. And this judge has already said that he decided the case way before even hearing any evidence. And now information is coming out. And that he likes going to the gym. He's probably in his 70s. He's cut. I'll give him there, but he takes nude pictures.
Nude.
And supposedly the picture I saw that it ended at the waist, so I wouldn't call that nude, but supposedly there are pictures that show everything.
What a perv.
And if that comes out, that should be enough to get him out of there, I would think.
But
Donald Trump talked about the trial. Here's what he had to say yesterday.
It's a terrible thing that's happened here. We're taking days and days and weeks, and it goes on, and then you look at the outside world and what's happened. But of course, they're getting the wish because I don't have to be here for the most part, but I sort of do have to be here because I want to be here because it's a scam. And this is a case that should have never been brought and it's a case that now should be dismissed.
I'm sure that cost him another 10 grand. Yeah, he's not supposed to say stuff like that, even though, to me, he didn't say anything wrong. He has the opinion that that the whole thing is a scam. Now, doesn't he have the right to voice that opinion?
He does.
I would think he does. Here he went on. Here's what else he said.
Everybody saw what happened today. Everybody saw what happened with their star witness who admitted that. I never told him what he originally said. I did. He admitted that he lied, and he has absolutely no credibility whatsoever. That's their only witness. That's their only witness. And I think you saw what I had to say today, and it was very conclusive. Everything we did was absolutely right. To think that we're being sued and spending all this time and money, and yet people being killed all over the world, that this country could stop.
I mean, look at the crime rate in New York, and this is what they're worried about.
Right.
I think he's in reference to Michael Cohen, who is their only witness and is in jail right now. So, I mean, that guy will say pretty much anything to get the hell out of jail. Tom, do you think the numbers of fentanyl coming across the border have anything to do with the overdose?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
So recent published reports shed light on the concern about the increasing death rates among people under the age of 40 in the United States, with some of the highest numbers are being observed in New Mexico. New Mexico, in particular, is facing alarming situations, as reported, the highest death rate in the nation for everybody under the age of 40 in 2022, with approximately 188 deaths per 100,000 in New Mexico.
My goodness.
The data was analyzed by a nonprofit news service called Stateline, and drawing from the numbers from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. New Mexico was the highest in the country, followed by West Virginia, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Neighboring Colorado had 116 deaths per 100,000. New Mexico, 188 deaths per 100,000. We led the country in fentanyl overdose.
So when you have a congressman like Gabe Vasquez, who says that he wants to do away with all border restrictions whatsoever, isn't he in effect saying, hey, bring all that fentanyl on over here and kill everybody?
And not only that, when Greg Abbott puts Constantine wire between New Mexico and Texas because the illegals were crossing the border in New Mexico and then hopping over to Texas, and Gabe Vasquez is writing nasty letters and petitioning the federal government to cut down the Constantine wire. Why would you do that? That's not to keep citizens out. That's to keep people that are breaking the law out.
Well, and where that wire is, it's not like, because there's no roadways being blocked, and it's not in areas where it's heavily traveled. It's in remote areas. Is where
nobody's going out there. Nobody. It's crazy. Former Albuquerque school teacher already convicted of raping a fourth grader, 7-year-old in the classroom at Valley Vista in 2019, now has additional accusations that are being leveled at him from multiple students. Alan Adez already is sentenced to 56 years in prison. Can we finish this off so he never sees the light of day? I think that would be awesome. And liquid manure spilled everywhere. This is sad. In New York, Washington State, 8,000 gallons of liquid manure spilled in a tanker truck. Fire crews, they worked the scene. It was bad. Yeah, there was a rollover and happened in midday, and it was They're still working to clean this mess up. They haven't seen this much mess since Tom was compacted. I mean, it's bad. It's terrible. It's bad. All right, 652 morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them on Main Street in Artesia. They serve all of southeast New Mexico. If you need janitorial supplies, they have commercial-grade janitorial supplies, and they'll deliver them to you. If you want them to do all the cleaning, not a problem. They specialize in office cleaning and floor stripping and waxing. They can also clean out in the oil patch, industrial and commercial cleaning. Not a problem. Their employees are pathogen certified, hazmat certified, and PPE certified. 575-703-1869 or follow them at jancojanitorial.com. Give Amber a call this morning, 575-703-1869. Tom on the text, one more story. We're going to take our break. We're going to qualify you for cash coming up in just a second. John Kirby talks about Representative Tlaib. Should she be censured? By the way, they did file additional papers today to try to censure her again. We'll get to that coming up this morning.
All right, B, we have another traffic alert. Tim from the Patch says there is a wreck 19 miles west of Hobbs on 62 to 180. Slow the heck down. Again, that wreck west of Hobbs, 19 miles west of Hobbs, 60 to 180. Slow down, please. That report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com.
Guys, this is John from Eunice. If you do away with all the borders, doesn't the United States cease to exist? I mean, doesn't the ignoramus understand all of that? He's asking this morning.
Wait, if we shut down the border, we cease to exist?
No, he's saying if we do away with the border.
If we do away
like Vasquez wants to do.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, then we're not a independent country at that point. And look, it's happening every day that we're eroding the America that we once knew. Sad but true. Look, we have a process that allows 1 million green card holders into the United States, 1 million new green card holders in the United States every year.
And Jai Dobbs is saying, well, I guess New Mexico is number one in something.
Well, we are number one in fentanyl deaths. I don't know if that's awesome, but yeah, we are.
Yeah. And how about the things that come back? I sure hope the Rocky jeans come back for the girls.
I concur.
It's just one of the things.
Yeah, those were really nice.
Yeah.
And another text says, General Michael Flynn suggests members of Congress are compromised due to sleeping with children.
Well, yeah, look, it's amazing that the Epstein list never came out. It's amazing that we go after Epstein and what was her name? The lady that she was kind of like the pimp. What was her name? Was it Giselle? It's amazing that we go after them. That the people that slept with the kids, we don't go after them. Why is that? Normally, we would go after the people that went to Epstein Island and slept with kids. Who knows? Maybe he went to the Zorro Ranch. Maybe it happened right here in New Mexico.
And another texter be saying, hey, by the way, make sure you go vote today.
Yeah, look, school board elections up for grabs. I know Roswell has several city council positions grabs. So there's a lot of seats up for grabs. And look, everything begins on the local level.
Yes.
You do not change things on the local level. You will not change the state. So it all starts close to home.
Well, and if you don't go vote at your local level, you could very easily end up with what you don't want at the local level.
Yep, no doubt. St. Louis man accused of trying to steal a baby and then broke an 82-year-old's arms. And, he randomly just started attacking strangers. He was caught on surveillance video trying to grab a baby from a mother's arms and then randomly attack people. And one of the people he attacked was an 82-year-old woman and broke both her arms. Anthony McGee is 19 years old. By the way, he has been arrested. I'm hoping he gets in the cell with Big Bubba that has some empathy for an 82-year-old. That's what I'm hoping. All right, number 877-396-W105. We'll take a break. Will Rooney is with us. How are you doing, Will?
I'm good, Kevin. How are you guys?
We are doing awesome. Some of the stories we're going to talk about. Will, were you a big baby?
Actually, no. I was tiny. I went. The doctor said, "Here's the little lady that had him small and grows him big." I was 4 pounds and 9 ounces.
Wow. That's like twins. That's preemie weight. So a baby set the largest baby on record. I'll talk about that coming up, and drug seizures. We talked about the fentanyl deaths, but drug seizures and migrant encounters are both up in the San Diego sector. Does one have anything to do with the other? I think you know the answer. The governor of Iowa, says Trump has no chance of winning, and she's picking somebody else. I'll tell you who she's endorsing. Clovis man sentenced to after pointing a airsoft gun at a deputy. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? And secret reports reveal that the government worked to censor us. Jim Jordan will talk about that coming up this morning. And the Simpsons, have you seen Homer strangling Bart lately? I'll tell you why you don't see that anymore. And a lawyer is speaking out about CYFD. A statute ended that allows him to speak out now. We'll talk about that. Netflix is going up on their prices again. Tom on the text. Go ahead.
Right, quickly, we got a phone call, too. Guys, what time do the polls open? Hey, they just did. Chris in Carlsbad. And let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yellow.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the Dems going after ammunition and a background check for everybody and a limited amount you can buy on a daily basis or weekly basis?
Well, we already have background checks.
Yeah, but not for ammo.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're speaking of?
The other day, that basically said Elizabeth Warren's one of them. They're going after a California-style law that requires background checks for ammunition purchases. Anybody selling ammunition has to have a license separate from an FFL, so the federal government gets another license fee. And
yeah, me personally, I say no, no, and hell no.
I think we lost them. Thanks for the call.
Yep, I think we did. But the answer would be no, no, and hell no. No. Background checks for ammo?
No. Well, how are you going to background check people that make their own? I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, they're trying to end that too.
That's true.
They're trying to end that too. But and the way they end that is you won't be able to buy primer and such.
Those shelves were pretty empty when I was looking in Midland the other day.
Oh, yeah.
For those who do their own.
One more text, be Smoking, Arizona. Hear me out, B. No, I don't think that Representative Tlaib should not be censored. I mean, I think her and Omar need to be removed from office. They don't have our country's best interest in mind. smoky this morning.
Yeah, I'm just looking. New York State is another place where they want background checks for ammo. And so there's a handful of states. And you know what? If those states want to do that, great. Let them do it. Let them back, and more good people will move out of those states. And hopefully we can get more people to, well, maybe that's not going to work because our governor, she hears, oh, that's an awesome idea. And then what happens?
She'll do an executive order.
Yeah, she'll do it. Yeah, you're 100% correct. John Kirby asked about Tlaib and about some of the things that she had to say. Now, you have to remember, Rashida Tlaib, the representative, went after Joe Biden and said she would not forget him back in Israel.
What she said, though, was that the administration was supporting genocide.
Well, of course we're not doing that. And what is happening in Gaza, again, as terrible as all these civilian casualties are, and we know there's many, many thousands of them, we don't want there to be any. I don't want to minimize that at all. But you can't look at what is happening in Gaza and say that it fits the definition of genocide. And clearly, we don't agree with that description. We think that is an irresponsible way of describing this. We don't associate ourselves with.
By the way, you wonder why Joe Biden has kind of calmed down about supporting Israel? Barack Obama came out yesterday and said, I think it's time we look at both sides and come up with an answer. Maybe that's why.
That would be fine if one side didn't believe in the complete extermination of the other.
Yeah. And did you see the 69-year-old get the hell beat out of him?
He died.
By a pro-Palestinian rioter?
He died.
Oh, he died. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I hope they charge him with murder.
I hope they charge him with a hate crime.
Yeah, there you go. That would be a great definition of a hate crime. No doubt. I'm wondering how many protesters that deface public property are going to be arrested from the protest that went on over the weekend, where they put the Palestinian flag up on Lafayette Park on the statue of was it General Lafayette?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that pretty close to being an insurrection?
Yeah, I would think it's very close. But the problem, a great majority of these people they have visas to come in this country. They're not citizens. Is it time for us to start looking, oh, you back a terrorist group? We can't have you in this country. See, you have the ability to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability. When they come into the country on a green card, you can revoke that green card at any point in time.
Right.
I don't know if the Biden administration has the cojones to do it, but you could do it. No doubt. All right, we're going to take a break. We're coming back. We're KWMW, Maljamore, 105.1 FM. Tom on the text, if you would.
Hey, B, this is text saying, I have the biggest baby ever born and weighs, Tom A, get on the scale. Tom A is the biggest baby. That's not till Friday, by the way, guys. So you're going to have to wait.
And by the way, he's changed. Things have changed. I've turned for a new leaf.
I'm having sugar-free apple pie in the mornings. And it's good, by the way. I don't know. Sugar-free stuff is good.
I'm just going to say this.
What?
Sugar-free stuff, artificial sugar
is worse.
Is worse for you.
Well, what do you want me to eat then?
How about not
I don't
desserts?
know. The damn salad.
Broccoli?
I eat salad. I was a vegetarian all week long.
You were not.
That? Breakfast.
Protein.
Eat some eggs.
Yeah.
I had
protein
over easy
shake.
eggs. I had it for breakfast yesterday too.
What?
Over easy eggs.
We don't care if they were over easy or hard boiled. We don't care.
So,
we really don't.
And Russ Hader saying,
Well, you know why I don't believe that?
What's
Because he
that?
would have had to make them himself, and he didn't.
Well, I went to one of the big stores and got one of those eggs that you suggested that I get.
Who suggested?
Remember, Will, you told me that?
Boiled eggs?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Boiled eggs. How could those be over
No,
easy?
not boiled eggs. It's already made. All you got to do is cook it.
Microwave eggs?
No, what was that, Will? You told me the other day.
He said boiled eggs.
Yeah, they're boiled ones or the microwave ones.
Yeah. You put it in your little deal and it cooks them.
I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, this
How
whole
lazy
thing
are
is
you that you can't crack a damn egg and throw it in a skillet and cook you a damn egg.
Well, then he'd have dishes to do. It's never going to happen.
I mean, there's a certain type of laziness. I remember when they came out with the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that were made. My mom almost had a heart attack. She's like, can't these kids make their own?
Right.
No, Mom. Right. I don't think they can. No, I don't think they can make their own.
Well,
all right, we got to get to the weather. We'll check in with news. We'll qualify people for the cash that we're giving away. Check of the weather being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com, 575-631-3189. Call Rebecca Long today, 575-631-3189. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram. And you can always just go to the website, atlasmakeupmirror.com, Art of the Mirror, and have it delivered to you. That's a cool way of doing business. And if you don't know anything about the mirror, look, it's ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification, LED lights. It is the best makeup mirror on the market. Comes in a traveling case, weighs less than 4 pounds. This thing travels anywhere. And they also have the wall mount units. So find out more information at atlasmakeupmirror.com. Windy weather today, 30-mile-an-hour winds from the southwest. 86 for the high today, 57 tonight. Winds should calm down tonight. And then the winds will be back tomorrow with 30-mile-an-hour winds and a high of 83. Front pushing through on Thursday and Friday, but it doesn't look like we'll get below freezing. If you want to keep up with the forecast, W105radio.com. 7:09, taking a break, getting you updated with news this morning, being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, beautiful Mayhill, New Mexico, 575-687-4101. This time of the year is beautiful. Everything is changing up there. The leaves are falling. It's very, very nice. Go check them out at Camp of the Tall Pines. Beautiful Mayhill, New Mexico. They can accommodate you with cozy cabins or raised platform campsites or even the convenient RV hookups. Lots of things to do once you get up there. They have the high ropes, low ropes. They have the fishing pond that is stocked, disc golf, and more. Find them on the web at camptallpines.com. You can make your reservations right there, or 575-687-4101. We're coming right back. Let's qualify you for the cash, 710 on W105.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win. NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's Electric, serving Carlsbad for over 15 years. Griffin's Electric, bringing you the news. Call Jeremy today, 575-200-8812.
Griffin's Electric, a local contractor in Carlsbad, is looking to hire experienced electricians. Employees will work 40 to 50 hours a week with weekends off, will receive competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, paid time off, and yes, health insurance is available. Please email resumes to griffinsElectric@gmail.com or call 575-200-8812. That's 575-200-8812. Griffin's Electric is a locally sourced business that supports strong family and community values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Mental health among veterans has been an ongoing issue for years. New Mexico is among those dealing with tragedies the most. One of the most recent concerns surrounding veterans and mental health was the mass shooting that happened in Maine that killed 18. The shooter was a military veteran who allegedly was having mental health issues. 3 of the 10 of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at the hands of veterans. A New Mexico VA clinical psychologist said it's concerning. According to the Department of Defense Suicide Annual Report, although rates appear slightly lower than in 2020, suicide rates continue to gradually increase from 2011 to last year. A 71-year-old man reported missing Saturday at Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Richard Berry last seen at about noon last Thursday hiking at the junction of the Marcus and Blue Ridge Trails. He shared a plan with his family to hike out of Dog Canyon to Blue Ridge and was expected to check into a hotel on Thursday night, but Berry never arrived at the hotel. His car was found at the trailhead at Dog Canyon. Preparations for the city of Carlsbad's 2024 Independence Day fireworks show underway on October 24th. Carlsbad City Council approving a $65,000 request for proposals to professional fireworks firms to produce, design, and execute the annual fireworks display at Lake Carlsbad. For the past 3 years, the city of Carlsbad is contracted with Precision Fireworks from Era, Texas to produce and coordinate the 4th of July fireworks show. Kyle Marksteiner, City of Carlsbad spokesperson, said there was no issue between the city and Precision Fireworks since the estimated cost is $65,000. He said New Mexico state procurement laws require RFPs from outside vendors. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad I want to go visit the bubble boy with a giant needle? Man, did I have a weird dream last night. Get this, I dreamed I was having a conversation with God, and God told me he's going to smote Congress. He said, Earl, the whole government is run by idiots, and I will smote them. I said, Lord, what does that smote thing mean? He goes, oh, wait till you see it. It's spectacular. Like lightning bolts from heaven, fire, brimstone, the entire Capitol building falls into the bowels of the earth. Not unlike them sinkholes in Florida. In fact, that was me practicing. Well, I got a little concerned, so I said, Lord, what if there was some people in government that was not idiots? What if I could find one political party that truly believed in the American dream? What if one party stood for justice for all? Lord looked at me confused, like he hadn't even considered that. He shook his head and said, Earl, if you can find one political party that is not a pack of idiots, I will not smote Congress. Then I got thinking, I'm not even sure I could do that. So I pushed the Almighty a little more. I said, Lord, what if I could find one caucus of one political party that truly believed in freedom and liberty and not just lining their pockets with taxpayers' hard-earned money? Would you smote Congress then? He thought, he said, Earl, if you could find just one caucus of one party that isn't a pack of sleaze bucket weasel idiots, I will not smote Congress. I said, Lord, what if I could find one state delegation of one caucus of one party that's not idiots? And God said, I will not smote Congress if you can find just one delegation of one caucus of one party that's not idiots. Then I really pushed him. I said, God, what if I could find one honest, hard-working patriot in Congress? What if just one person is not a back-slapping loser idiot? Yeah. So in my dream, God smote Congress. It's not like he had a choice. Wake up, America! And the moral of the dream, I think, there's a bunch of idiots in Congress. You don't want to tick off God. I'm Earl Pitts, American. Pizzo.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Shop their lot, overflowing with Ram Tough trucks. For a limited time, Sierra Blanca Motors is offering an unprecedented 13% under MSRP on their entire inventory of new 2023 half, 3/4, and 1-ton Ram trucks in stock. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your 4-wheel drive headquarters. No gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, ever. ever.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies' night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at Berea de Rango Tuesday through Sunday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal's Shade Western now hiring bartenders, waitresses, security, and office personnel. Call 887-9012 for Cal's Shade Western.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and carlsbadchevrolet.com. Call or text 877-396-W105.
There is no more drilling. I haven't formed any new drilling.
Everybody just scream!
17 minutes after 7 o'clock, the Beatles, a brand new song coming out. Thank You, AI.
It's the latest Beatles album that's taking over humanity. AI Records presents Can It Be?
When your boss finds out he's paying double and that my software is free. Now I'm taking over your job. Can it be?
12 reworked Beatles classics written entirely by robots.
Oh yeah, I will take your job, and you might not understand when I take that job and your boss then has you canned. I just got you canned. I just got you canned.
It may or may not sound like John and Paul, but you'll buy it anyway.
Every day, all my Intel chips will make you pay. You better believe that I am here to stay. I'm taking your job like every day.
Can It Be? The fully AI Beatles album.
AI's taking over. Can it be? Can it be? You betcha.
I think it might be. Can it be all AI? What the hell are we doing? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who think AI is great until it actually takes your job. Then it's not that great.
It's funny you say that because I just got an advertisement for radio for an AI audio platform.
So, Tom, are you scared that AI is going to take your job?
Well, okay. If it wants to come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, fine.
AI does. It doesn't give a damn. AI doesn't care. Not a human. It doesn't have to wake up.
I bet I can get AI to read the text and not say it says the texter.
By the way, when it comes down to the dumbest things you've ever said on the show, that was pretty dumb. That was right there. That could be on the list. Could be.
The best of.
The best of Tom A. dumb ass comments. That could make the list. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Homegrown and proud of it. They've got feed for your animals. They are your certified Purina dealer. They've got Western wear, work gear, everything for the farm or ranch. Looking for cattle guards and that type of stuff. They've got that. The annex building, man, they've got stuff in there that you will not find anywhere else. Find them online at RoswellLivestock.com. You can find them right there on East 2nd and Roswell. Also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. 86 for the high today. Windy 30-mile-an-hour winds from the southwest. Winds calming down the night, down to 57. And winds back up to about 30 miles an hour tomorrow on the high 83. Front should pass through by Thursday. And it will not be below freezing, but it will get kind of close to it. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Taking out trash on the way, things that happen on this date in history. More opportunities qualify for cash. We're KWMW, Mount Jamora 105.1 FM. Foot traffic in New York City in the business district is down about 33% since the pandemic. And they really have not survived the pandemic or recovered from the pandemic. And I mean, in some cases, that's good. Yeah, less congestion, less pollution, and less human poop on the sidewalk to step in. So, I mean, in some cases, it is good. And a recent study finds that mobile phones might be causing low sperm count among men.
I think they're talking into it wrong.
Yeah, they could be.
Or it's those photos they're taking.
Yeah, we need to be less concerned with the connection and more concerned with the maybe the conception. I'm just thinking in advance. And men, if you are planning to have a baby, cell phone activity could be harming. More information on that.
The following is a public service announcement.
Hi. Did you know that high mobile phone use may impact sperm count? That's right. You might be worried about dropping your connection. But you should really be concerned about a drop in conception. We get it. You're absolutely glued to your phone at all times. After all, you got to manage that fake fantasy football team. But what about starting a real, not fantasy family? TikTok. No, not the app you can't stop scrolling through. That's the sound of our biological clocks ticking. So log off Instagram and stop checking out bikini-clad influencers swimming in pools.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, there's no hope for your little swimmers.
This message was brought to you by Balls. Brides against lots of lost sperm.
By the way, it's great that we have the opportunity to play that public service announcement this morning for you. On the way, Joe Biden's ratings are not good. We'll go to a CBS poll. And Joe Biden mentioning a president, but I don't think this guy was ever president. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. Amazon opened 2 brick-and-mortar stores, one in Los Angeles, one in Columbus, Ohio. By the way, they have both closed this week. They were not successful. Stick to what you do well. That's allowing people to buy stuff they don't need and ship it directly to their house.
Well, Amazon started because Jeff Bezos came up with the idea for the Kindle, and he took it to Borders bookstore, and he said, hey, you know, I want to give this to you to sell for part of the profits, blah, blah, blah. That was his business model. And Borders basically laughed him out of the room saying, we're not giving up regular books. No one will ever read ebooks. And so when Bezos walked out, he said, I'm going to leave here and I'm going to launch this and it's going to shut you down. And then I'll open my own stores. So that's probably part of that plan.
And who did they buy? Amazon bought Barnes and Noble. And so I guess he got back at Borders bookstore by buying Barnes and Noble. Of course, that was many years later.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Barnes and Noble had their own little e-reader called the Nook.
I remember that. Exactly. Yeah. And he bought them out and ended the Nook.
No more Nookie for Barnes and Noble.
No. Yeah. So the Nook was gone. By the way, he just announced he is moving from Seattle to Miami because his wife likes Miami more than Seattle. And I get that. According to 2 new studies, older adults who don't smoke tobacco but do use marijuana were at a higher risk of a heart attack and stroke when hospitalized.
So
I don't get that, but
so the correlation here is if you smoke pot, you need to pick up cigarettes as well.
Yeah, just jump on the bandwagon and get both of those. Not a problem. Donald Trump testified yesterday. Former President Donald Trump testified under oath yesterday and tried to read a statement. It was a disclosure statement, and they would not let him read the disclosure statement. And he wanted to read that disclosure statement, and the reason he wanted to read it, I'm looking for the story. The reason he wanted to read the disclosure statement is that when somebody comes in and does an appraisal, there's a disclosure statement that they have to give to you about the pricing, and they would not allow him to read it in court. He pulled out a piece of paper and out of a suit jacket, and that would have cleared him of all wrongdoing in this $250 million fraud case. But the left-leaning judge refused to let him read it. The paper in question reportedly was a disclaimer clause related to the financial statement that AG Loretta James is using to go after him. And he said, I would love to read this, Your Honor, if I could. And the judge said, not at this point. Not at this point. And Trump said, I'm totally shocked that you would say that. Yeah, being sarcastic, of course. So wouldn't let him read the financial statement. Well, I mean, are we surprised when we see what's going on with Donald Trump?
No, it's a kangaroo court.
I'm not surprised in the least bit. All right, 728. More opportunities to qualify for cash. We're going to get to that. 14-pound baby born, the largest on record since 2010. And family welcomed in the bouncing baby. And the baby born twice the size of the average baby. This happened in Ontario, Canada. And doctors and nurses cheered when the baby was born. And 14 pounds, 8 ounces. The baby was 55 centimeters long.
For the love of God, I hope it was C-section.
And, well, the dad said, as the baby came out, dang, that's a big head. That baby's got a big head. And so congratulations going out to Dad. 14 and a half pounds. That's a big baby. Man, Mom looks like she's happy. They already have 4 kids. So Jumbo. Yeah, I just gave it the name Jumbo. Or maybe we'll call him Gordo. Yeah. Makes five kids. Wow. Well, they got 2 with this one. So the baby weighed twice the normal level. Do you guys see that maybe drugs coming in the country have something to do with how many migrants are coming into the country? San Diego border sector reported 230,941 encounters of migrants, and a record number. That's a record number for the last 20 years, and also set the record for drug seizures. Do you think those go hand in hand?
I do.
Just a lot.
Yeah, that's what and it's amazing that open borders people can't figure out that they go hand in hand. Kim Reynolds, the governor of Iowa, has pulled her endorsement for Donald Trump. She said, I cannot gamble on Donald Trump's candidacy. I am endorsing Ron DeSantis. Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump loses the endorsement of the governor of Iowa and picks up and Ron DeSantis picks up that endorsement. Now, several months ago, you had really 2 candidates. By the way, the third debate will be tomorrow night on NBC. Donald Trump will not be at that debate either. And so 3 months ago, we had 2 candidates, basically. Mm-hmm. We had Trump and DeSantis. Well, now Nikki Haley is caught up with the DeSantis. So that's a whole different animal. National anthem and the pledge on the way at 7:31. Taking out the trash still to come. Our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, 3 locations. 2 in Carlsbad, 1 in Loving. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, take care of all of your laundry, all your pressing and dry cleaning. Find out more information by stopping in their locations. They're open 7 days a week. They also have coin-operated machines if you want to take care of all your clothes. Find them at 609 West Lee in Carlsbad, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. Open 7 days a week. Tom and the text, take it out trash up next.
All right, so this text is saying, sadly, the Catholics still support the fake Catholic University Notre Dame. Every Catholic needs to stop supporting this corrupt university, the text goes on to say. Notre Dame.
Well, I'm a little why is Notre Dame fake?
Well, let me go say on. It goes on to say Notre Dame students protest campus drag shows by praying the rosary and attending the Eucharist adoration, says the texter.
Boy, you screwed the hell up that.
Yeah.
So how are they fake? They're supposed to be Catholic, and they protested a drag show by praying the rosary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And attending a Eucharist adoration.
Okay, so that I would think that's what a Catholic university is supposed to do.
Yeah, but protesting that drag show is what they're,
So they're a Catholic university. Wouldn't they?
I guess they had a drag show apparently at the university. And so students, I guess, protested it. I don't know anything about the story. So
I don't either, but it sounds like what they're supposed to do.
Right.
It's a religious university. They're supposed to pray for the sinners.
Well, now this text is saying, another one says that Notre Dame hosted the drag show.
Well,
and so thank God that the kids stepped up.
Well, I'm glad they did, but here's the thing. What's the average age of most college kids?
18, 19.
Okay, so that's classified as an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they want to go to a drag show, they're an adult. I don't have any problem with it.
I don't either. I mean, if they want to go to a drag show, great. I don't think the university should be hosting drag shows.
No.
Being a religious university, but that's a whole nother matter.
Yeah, that's not like you have, first and second graders, being forced to attend a drag show. That's not even the same.
Yeah. So I'm looking for the story that I did not. It was 3 days ago. Drag performers at Notre Dame caused controversy, and I mean, who paid for the drag show?
I say the university.
Was it endorsed by the university? Those would be my questions. But the kids doing the right thing is actually kind of refreshing.
Right.
That's awesome. That's all, and that's the way that's supposed to work. How many times do we hear about liberals, a conservative going to campus,
mm-hmm.
and they beat them up and do all kind of crazy stuff? Playing the rosary is actually, I would call that mild, extremely mild.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah, it's not like they killed a 69-year-old.
Right.
Oh, that happened too. Oh, wow.
Yep.
7:35.
Tommy in Carlsbad is saying, there's your freedom of speech. If you're the AG of New York, they pick and choose what our freedom of speech sounds like. That's Tommy in Carlsbad this morning. Another text.
Well,
go ahead, B.
You would think that Donald Trump's attorney would have the ability to read that, and should. But she's being manhandled by this judge also.
Or they would be extra sly and get an expert witness to come in and some appraiser to come in and read the disclaimer.
Do you know how much they paid this guy, their expert witness? $400,000. New York State is paying for an expert witness $400,000.
So how do you get that gig?
I don't know. I mean, I wish somebody would call me.
Well, you have to be morally compromised, first of all.
No doubt. My kids have been, both of my boys called me today. Dad, did you see the story about the guy in the Philippines that got shot in the head?
I was fixed to read it. Yeah.
The radio guy. Did you guys see the video?
I didn't see the video, but I did see the story. One of the texters was asking about it. Host DJ Johnny Walker had been killed doing his radio show from his home studio in the Philippines. He said, be careful and stay safe, brother.
Yeah, Mindanao, which is a high Muslim population and has been the great divide in the Philippines for a long, long time. I will not go to Mindanao because they kidnap white people. And then they kind of do what they do in Mexico. They kidnap you and then hold you ransom until your family pays. And my family's like, we ain't got no money.
Keep it.
I told him not to go. But, yeah, so the guy went in the studio and shot him in the head and then took his gold necklace. I think the gold necklace was a cover-up because he had been talking about the mayor. I don't get into politics here. I won't say anything. I might help somebody with their campaign, but I don't want anybody to know about it because I like my head. It's nice and round. It's not like Tom's head, which is bulbous.
And it's attached.
Got that scar.
And it's attached.
And I like my head. I do. All right, taking out trash this morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549. Call them today for residential trash pickup, and they would like to remind you that the Lovington Shelter needs help. Give them a call if you'd like to donate your time, our money today to help the shelter. They desperately need help. 575-552-3669. When you give money to Lovington Animal Shelter, they will spay and neuter animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. Taking out trash morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters. It is nice that America has so much money. It is nice that we don't have any debt. It is nice that we can just spread the wealth all over the place. It's nice that we don't have any debt and we're not even taxing people nowadays, right? Well, you're not being taxed, right?
Seems like more and more every day.
So I have a question. Why is it important that the U.S. government push global LGBTQ initiatives at a rate of $4.1 billion? In this fiscal year, we have spent $4.1 billion in federal money from taxpayers to promote LGBTQ initiatives in the United States and around the world. Around the world, we have sent money to Serbia. We have sent money to Libya, Turkey, Armenia, and the list goes on and on and on. The list of payouts, all you got to do, keyword LGBT, U.S. payout, you'll find the payouts. Why is it so important that the American government support LGBTQ issues? If somebody is gay, let them be gay. But this is not about people being gay. In many cases, this is about promoting the lifestyle among kids. This is about grooming. That's what this is about. And you know what? If we weren't overtaxing everybody and we had no deficit, then I can see us spending money. Maybe not on this, but spending money. But unfortunately, we got $33 trillion in debt and a government that continues to spend cash. Taking out the trash. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters. 19 away from 8. We're being the Breakfast Club. Things that happened on this date in history on the way. National anthem and pledge still to come. And we'll talk about a Clovis man sentenced to pointing an airsoft gun at a deputy. He's not the brightest bulb in the shed. We'll get to that next.
Tommy in Carlsbad, no. Donald Trump or us taxpayers is paying that expert witness, Tommy is saying. He goes on to say that, we taxpayers are also paying to prosecute Donald Trump for giving us crap about America, says Tommy. And it's about buying votes, another texter says. One of them also saying it's about Satan having control of this country as well. And the texter says that baby, it definitely wrecked that playpen. Me.
Damn, Tom, you had to read that?
Which one? The baby?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
It's because he doesn't understand.
Right.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
He does not understand.
Is there a
740
different meaning behind that one?
No.
Oh.
Democrat Representative Maskowski talked about Biden's ratings. Are ratings important? I mean, look, sometimes I see ratings and I go, oh, that's off. There is no way in hell. But here's what they said about Biden's ratings.
So we've now heard from a handful of Democrats, from David Axelrod to Congresswoman Jayapal to obviously Dean Phillips, who's running against Biden in the primaries, all expressing concern about Biden's run in 2024, especially after the latest poll numbers. Do you share those concerns?
I don't share those concerns. Now, look, I think we should look at the poll. We got to get into the data, and we can figure out how we need to improve our messaging. Because I do think we have a messaging issue in that we got to continue to feed the beast every single solitary day.
Well, the message is things suck. That is the message. And I don't know if you can change the message because people keep shopping. And they keep understanding that they have a shortfall every month. I don't know if you can change that.
They don't have a messaging problem. They have a policy problem. For them to say that, whatever policy we do, we just got to get the right message out there so people like it. That's crazy.
Well, and they thought Bidenomics was going to change it all. I mean, a catchy name, Bidenomics, but it's about as shiny as a turd.
Well, and it goes to show you how dumb they think we really are to think we're going to buy these lies over and over and over again.
Just because they keep saying them doesn't make it true. CBS poll just came out. Here's more on that.
Now, part of the challenge for Mr. Biden here is that people are simply pretty pessimistic at the moment. 73% said that things are just going badly in America right now, and that's up from 65% at the start of the year. So voters just don't feel great about where things stand right now.
So 3/4 of the people in the United States do not feel good about where the country is going. And I would be very surprised if Gavin Newsom does not jump into this race. I would be very surprised if Michelle Obama does not jump into this race. And every day that ticks away is a day that's too late for them to jump into the race. I mean, when's the Iowa election, the primary?
Next year.
That's New Hampshire is the first, and isn't that in a couple months?
Yeah, it's not. It's like right after the new year.
Yeah. So we're not that far away. Biden talking about who was the president. Listen to what he said. I think the brain just kind of went haywire for a second.
One of the things I convinced President Ladd when I was vice president, I convinced the president to do, provide money for high-speed rail.
All right, who was the president? I have no idea. And then he lied again. This story has been debunked time and time again when he was talking about how many times he went on Amtrak and he had keys to the Amtrak train. They actually figured out that the Amtrak conductor he was making reference to Actually retired in 1993 before he became vice president. Here we go.
A guy named, I guess I shouldn't say his whole name, but he used to be number 2 on the road. And he walked up, he goes, "Joey, baby," he grabs my cheek. And I thought they were going to shoot him. And I said, "What's the story, Angie?" He said, "I just read 1,200,000 miles, big deal." He said, "You know how many miles you travel on Amtrak?" And I said, "No, Angie." He said, "We did retirement dinner up in Newark with the guys."
And you know why Amtrak is so important? More union votes. That's why Amtrak is so important. Can Amtrak make it on its own without the help of the federal government? Nope. Most like the Postal Service. Every year they go back and demand more and more money. Yeah. Biden economist, her name is Laurel Brainard. Our brain none, talking about the economy.
Look, if I look around the world, I don't think there's a leader out there who wouldn't rather have the economic record that President Biden has.
Really? Really? You must think that we're smoking crack.
Something.
Must be something. All right, 748 Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. They offer exceptional construction and siding services. They offer metal buildings, 2 types of metal buildings, the industrial and the commercial types of metal buildings. And they complete jobs. I look, I know that sounds like a little thing, but you don't understand how many people I've talked to that a company goes out and starts a job and then leaves and then comes back maybe 2-3 months down the road. Look, they finished the job and they do what they say they're going to do. That is so important. And not only that, they care about how they finished the job. They care about the finished product. They go inspect the job after the job is completed to make sure it's held up to their own standards. Give them a call, 575-391-1430. I've heard from multiple listeners that have done business with them after having hail damage. And they said, man, they worked with the insurance company. They did an awesome job. They'll do shingle and metal roofs, siding, also windows, seamless gutters, metal buildings. Get in touch with them. If you're looking for a company that will complete the job and do exactly what they say they're going to do, Seminole Siding and Construction.com for more information. All right, looks like Clovis man sentenced pointing an airsoft gun at deputies. Would you think that's a smart move?
No, we lucky he ain't dead.
Yeah, so he's going to do 4 years in prison after being convicted of aggravated assault of a police officer. 32-year-old Jeb Sullivan pled guilty to the crime that happened in May of this year. Curry County Sheriff's deputies pursued him in his vehicle before he was stopped and hid behind a house. Then the deputy fired several shots at him after he pointed the airsoft gun at him. He is lucky to be walking the streets. So he's going to do 4 years behind bars. And secret reports coming out reveal the government worked to censor Americans. Well, we know all about that. Prior to the 2020 election. So if you were going to post something up about Hunter Biden or anything negative about Joe Biden, social media censored that information. They censored it. And now it looks like Jim Jordan has enough information to report on this. Well, we know that Twitter was paid $4 million to take stuff down. The White House would call them, and it got to be such a hassle that they said, you're going to have to pay us. And they did. They paid them $4 million to take stuff down. They would see a post and make the call in the Twitter. Not a problem. We'll take it down. If you could write us another check, of course. All right, 751. Text line 877-396-W105.
All right, Tommy in Carlsbad. You know, the stock market is a trick. The jobs report is a trick. These wars are a deflection. It's all smoke and mirrors, he's saying. As Americans, man, we are all just screwed, he's saying this morning. And things are really crappy in this country. Another Texas chiming in. I worked 76 hours last week. I made $3,000 plus before taxes and insurance. I brought home $2,100, says. I don't know what that other 3 words mean, but I ain't going to say it. And Michelle Obama would be...
What do you mean you don't know what it means? It's 3 letters.
What does that mean?
FJB. FJB.
What's that mean?
It's 3 letters.
I know what that means.
Everybody knows what that means. Just FJB.
Oh. Sounds nasty
Let's
to
go,
me.
Brandon.
All right, well. And Michelle Obama would be a great president. The Livingston Liberals chiming in this morning.
Awesome president. I mean, they revoked her license to practice law even before Barack got to the White House. You ought to look into that and see why they revoked it.
Well, here my big question is that everybody says that because it's a cult of personality around that. And because otherwise, what are her qualifications?
What exactly
she's a disbarred lawyer.
Done?
Disbarred lawyer. Does that make you qualified?
She did raise 2 girls.
I mean, I understand that people have favorites and yeah.
She raised 2 girls.
Okay.
Tom, I don't even know if she is a she. I mean, I'm only being honest.
Of course she's a she. Come on now. But the thing is,
but again, it doesn't really even matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What does matter is what are the qualifications?
Now she got.
She has.
She was married to a president. That's not a qualification.
And what dance?
Well, it worked for Hillary Clinton. Damn it.
Almost.
What dance did she do on Ellen? What was that little dance that she did? The boogie dance.
Qualified to be president.
That's not a presidential qualification.
Right.
Wow.
So I would just, and again, I don't want to disparage anybody's choice on anything, but what are the qualifications? Like if somebody said, well, what was Trump's qualifications? Well, his qualifications was that he was a business owner and leader.
That's right.
Right. He ran a multinational corporation.
Yeah.
What?
I get his qualifications.
So that's my big question is whoever the candidate is, what are their qualifications?
America will do that.
Gavin Newsom, I get what he's done. He has taken the benchmark of state, the state that everybody wanted to copy off of, great power grid, great highways, great schools, and he's put them at a $30 billion deficit this year.
Right.
And
$30 billion deficit.
You want that guy?
And their hemorrhaging population. They predict that by 2030 that Texas will overtake them in population.
Well, because people are moving the hell out because they're taxing people and becoming a welfare state. So congratulations, Gavin Newsom. I hope they run him.
Yeah.
I do hope.
Yeah. Whatever with him. Hey, by the way, on the question of the day, hamburger gravy with potatoes and carrots and peas on top of a fluffy homemade butter covered biscuit. It's pretty poor food, says the texter.
Have you seen the price of hamburgers?
Right.
Man, hamburger and chicken wings used to be two of my mainstays. And they're both expensive as hell now. Looks like 2 women in Oregon have been arrested after they tried to crawl through a McDonald's drive-through window. This happened at about 3:30 in the morning. What exactly would they get from a McDonald's at 3:30 in the morning?
Well, it wouldn't be ice cream because that machine never works.
No, that thing is always broke. Always broke. So if you were going to get the McFlurry, sorry, that's not going to happen. And if you haven't noticed lately, you're watching The Simpsons. Homer does not strangle Bart anymore. Has anybody ever caught that?
Well,
I never watched it.
I haven't really caught an episode of The Simpsons in a while, but no.
Yeah, supposedly no more strangling after groups came out against him for strangling. It's a cartoon, damn it.
Well, Fred Flintstone used to choke Barney all the time.
It's a cartoon. You're right. I mean, no, go ahead.
I mean, Roadrunner.
Don't drop rocks.
Elmer Fudd. I mean, I could just make the list. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
What was Elmer Fudd trying to do?
Eat the rabbit.
He was hunting wabbits.
Yeah. I mean, we can't have hunting either. I got you. A attorney. His name is Harold Encino. Just came out. He's just speaking about CYFD. And evidently there was a statute in place that he couldn't speak out. So state statute just expired, and it had prevented him from speaking many, many years. And so he's coming out and saying that CYFD is not looking out for the best interest of the kids. He goes on to talk about one of his clients who was qualified as a foster parent. And he said that she was allowed to adopt one of two children into her care. And one of the kids was a special needs child. So CYFD pulled her license, but she couldn't continue to care for the second child. And the reason being, they said she didn't make enough money to care for the kids. Now, the kid was in a loving household, and they were making ends meet. There was no sign of abuse, but they removed the child from the home. Anyway, he said more information, that he's going to continue to put out more information about CYFD. And you could follow that story on KOB. And he says that he will make more and more comments on CYFD. Look, we know it's a broken system. Whenever you are trying to put kids back in a situation instead of looking out for the best interest of the kids, that's a bad situation. Netflix announced they are going to raise the price again. Again. And so prices are going up next month. If you haven't noticed it yet, yeah. Now, you can downgrade to let them show commercials if you want, and that would be one way of saying. We talked about this story last week. Jose Lucero Gonzalez was a police officer at Santa Rosa and is being accused of having sex with a 15-year-old while he was on duty in his patrol car.
Dang.
They are investigating. They've got new pictures that he sent to 4 other teens. That's the new part of this story. And by the way, sent the nude pictures of himself in the cruiser.
Oh, my.
By the way, the teenagers range from 15 to 17 years old. He is facing numerous charges, including criminal sexual penetration of a child, possession of child pornography, and 3 counts of child solicitation. As you could probably figure it out, he's not on duty anymore for the Santa Rosa Police Department.
Mm.
Yeah, I would think at the least that would have happened. All right, 8 o'clock, KWMW Maljamar, 105.1 FM. We are B on the Breakfast Club. Wrap up the text, Tom. Things that happen on this date in history up next.
All right. Joe Biden is just an extension of the Obama administration, Tommy's saying. Lovington liberal probably loved Obama, too, says the texter.
Oh, you can count on that. He still has the Obama phone from that day.
He
does.
He does. And yes, California is bleeding people, and those same people are moving to Texas. And other states are voting the same way. Texas is turning blue more every year, says the texter. Boy, you're right about that. Every time I go home, guys, it's different.
Let's think about this logically. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. So the people are fed up of the liberal antics in California and moved to Texas. Why would they move from a liberal situation to go try to change another city or another state?
Well, I don't know that they move with the intention of changing, but like if you go to Austin might as well be California East.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much does it actually cost, this texter is asking, to be Netflix and operate Netflix for them to keep rising prices?
Well, they got to get kickbacks to the governor here since they built a big place up north.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is, and maybe this is just me, quit making so many damn foreign TV shows. I mean, because it seems to me every time I go to Netflix that I find a movie that sounds interesting and then I turn it on and it's got subtitles. Damn it.
Lots of ones from Spain, Portugal, even some Russia.
Asia.
Right.
Yeah, Korea.
Spanish. Yeah, I mean, lots of Korean and Indian.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if those are, I get it. They're trying to, I mean, here in the Philippines, they have their own Netflix. So Netflix Philippines.
Right.
With a VPN, I can kind of beat that and still get the movies and the TV shows in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they have to look at what's profitable internationally and quit passing the money, the cost of operating all these foreign entities onto us, the consumer. Maybe that's part of the problem.
One more text. Try to find a picture of Michelle Obama pregnant. Probably won't ever find one, says the text.
Thank you. Thanks for the Michael mention. Thank you. All right, 803. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Train It, New Mexico. 96% passing rate. These guys know what they're doing. They've got experience when it comes to training and staff development, and they can teach you how to pass the skills tests and the CDL inspection and the driving test. And a lot of people would say, how in 1 week can they teach people how to pass the test? Well, one-on-one training, lots of one-on-one training, and more time behind the wheel. That's why 96% of people that go through the 1 week training pass the test and go on to a career as a commercial driver. 575-840-9555. Train at New Mexico. Find them in Roswell. Mention B in the Breakfast Club and save $100 on your enrollment fee. All right, national anthem and the pledge up next. Lewis and Clark first saw the Pacific Ocean on this date in 1805. Also, Republican Party first symbolized the use of a cartoon, elephant in a cartoon in 1874. First cigarette making machine was patented in 1876. Colorado granted women the right to vote in 1893.
Really? Wow.
Museum of Modern Art opened up in New York City in 1929. Richard Nixon told the California press, "You won't have Dick Nixon to kick around anymore," in 1962. Gone with the Wind was shown on television for the first time in 1976. Today is National Medical Physics Day, also Lymphoma Awareness Day, and Bittersweet Chocolate and Almonds Day. It's also Election Day across the country. Get out there and vote. The singer Lorde is 27. Her mother is another one-name singer, Madonna.
Is it just me, or did Tom's Gone with the Wind sound like Sound of Music?
Yeah, it did. It did. Christopher Knight, Peter from the Brady Bunch, is 66 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah. Joni Mitchell is 80.
The Mamas and the Papas.
What?
She was not with the Mamas and the
Dang
Papas.
sure was.
She never. Joni Mitchell was always a solo act.
She's a mama and a papa.
No.
No. Never. And Johnny Rivers is 81.
He passed.
Tom?
Sway into the music.
Tom scores one. Wow. Slow dancing, swaying to the music. And he's still alive. So God bless you. You're wrong on so many things. And Joni Mitchell, solo artist, never with the Mamas and the Papas.
Well, what Mitchell was then with it?
It wasn't a Mitchell. Sorry. Just saying.
Wasn't she the big girl?
No.
No, she was not.
I guess I got it wrong.
Yeah, I guess maybe you did. And why it has to be the big girl? Why are you fat shaming people?
Fat shaming.
And Joni
You
Mitchell was
talking
little.
about Mama Cass Elliott? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the Mama and the Papa.
And if anybody is fat shaming somebody, it shouldn't be you.
I ain't that bad.
She's not even with us anymore. She choked on a chicken bone, didn't she?
Yeah,
Did
she
really?
did. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'm
They
surprised.
told her not to try to eat the whole chicken at one time, but she did not listen.
I'm surprised that Tom didn't bring up that the Mamas and the Papas guest starred on Scooby-Doo.
No, that's way above his pay grade. Way above his pay grade. All right, we got to get to the national anthem and the pledge. Tom, quickly to the text.
All right, so this texter is saying, this is why the university is fake. They're talking about Notre Dame. They refuse to sponsor a pro-life event, but yet they host pro-abortion event that same night.
But I'm going to be honest. I do not know enough about that situation to give a educated opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The Catholic Church has been against abortion. I would think Notre Dame follows suit. I don't know. I'll try to do some research.
Look, a lot of these universities have gone woke, including ones that are so-called, Catholic schools.
Yeah, I'm with you.
My brother lives in Waco, and he told me about Baylor. Baylor's a Baptist university.
Yeah.
They're kind of doing the same thing off campus.
So the school is doing something off campus.
Well, their students are.
So it's not affiliated with the school.
No, but
So you believe that people that are students shouldn't have their own opinion on things. Is that what
not
you're
if you're
saying?
going to a Baptist school. Come on.
So if you go to a school, it's a Baptist school, you can't have your own opinion.
No, you cannot have your own opinion.
But you better share the opinion of the Baptist University, don't you think?
Look, I don't think these kids care about religion overly much.
No.
I think they're trying to go for the place that's going to give them whatever education they're looking for at the lowest rate with the most amount of partying.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
By the way, Baylor is quite expensive. I have no. Maybe Blake knows what's a semester at Baylor.
It's like $32,000 or $34,000 for a semester. Yeah, it's really high.
Now, my brother teaches there. He's an air flight instructor there, and you're right. I mean they pay it out.
Wait. Baylor University, high caliber education, tuition is $50,000 a year. So
Wow.
Blake, yeah.
Wow,
That does not include housing, meals, and other stuff. $50,000 a semester.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine whose daughter was going there, and then she opted to transfer to Oklahoma State because of that.
And they said, "Thank you, Jesus."
Yes, they did.
Thank you, Jesus. All right, on the way. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for the cash. We got the national anthem and the pledge. Stuntman from Avengers kills his entire family. We'll talk about that. Lawsuit alleges that guns often were present in the locker room at New Mexico State University. So there's a lawsuit against this. And legal experts saying that Trump's courtroom testimony could have hurt his case. Tom, I'm going to give you 8 habits that can slow down your aging process and help you live longer.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. And vandalism at the White House over the weekend. We'll talk about that and more still to come this morning on Beyond the Breakfast Club. 8:11, National Anthem and the Pledge, being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Started her business at 19 years of age. 40-plus years later, she is still helping folks. Give her a call today if you want a quote to get your insurance rate down. Let her work her magic and bundle all your policies together to save you a ton of money. 575-393-2661. Call her today. She is your Farmers Insurance agent and can help you in Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County. 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge on W105.
Good morning. My name is Mia Jensen. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Romans 5 this morning. Therefore, since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They have ready-mix concrete. You need ready-mix concrete, big job, small job, it really doesn't matter. They give awesome customer service. Lowest possible price. Find them at chancematerials.com. If you're driving this morning, that's probably the easiest way to find them. Chancematerials.com, 575-363-3240. Plants in Roswell, Carlsbad, they serve all of southeast New Mexico. Chancematerials.com. 86 and windy today. Winds could be gusting over 30 miles an hour from the southwest. 57 tonight, winds less than 50 miles an hour. And then 30-mile-an-hour winds coming back tomorrow, and the high getting up to 83. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on with news being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale reminding you he settles the big cases. $10 million in a case in the patch, he settled it. $9 million in a medical malpractice case, settled that one. And when it comes to car accidents, slip and falls, settling those type of personal injury cases also on a daily or weekly basis. And if you've gotten yourself in a criminal situation, he can defend you. 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 817. Let's get updated with news. First, though, let's qualify you for cash.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. A bellwether election day in 36 states. Virginia, GOP Governor Glenn Youngkin calling for voters to hold the House and flip the Senate to the GOP as he proposes what he calls a reasonable abortion ban at 15 weeks.
I will support one bill that will protect life at 15 weeks, a bill that will have exceptions for rape and incest and when the life of the mother is at risk. That's the bill we'll do. And anything anybody else says is an absolute lie. And I'll say that right now.
Kentucky voters focus on family values and the economy, keep their liberal Democrat governor Andy Beshear or elect Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves facing off against a distant cousin of Elvis, Brandon Presley. President Biden on another phone call with Israel's prime minister, who says Israel's plan is to oversee Gaza for an indefinite period after Israel's mission to dismantle Hamas. America's listening to Fox News.
Food insecurity is one of the most challenging obstacles a family can face, especially during a holiday that is so food-focused, Thanksgiving. Rig Outfitters and Home Store, along with Scrub Outfitters and Hobbs, is proud to be sponsoring the 2nd annual MTD Radio Food Fight, coming up this November 17th and 18th. Gather up your holiday donations and keep listening for details on your city's food fight location. Rig Outfitters and Home Store and Scrub Outfitters, encouraging you to unite together to fight hunger.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. They are passionately committed to providing their customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see them online at amigo-machinery.com.
Save on stuff you really need and stuff you bought for fun. Stuff you've always really wanted this holiday at Amazon. Stuff that is discounted if you're naughty or you're nice. Stuff to buy your grandma who drinks her Chardonnay with ice. Stuff to make you big and strong. Stuff we can name in this song. Stuff for lawns and decking halls. Save big on stuff at Amazon. Stuff.
Boy Next Door or, ooh, Handsome Stranger. Why not both?
I wanna be free.
Pluto TV has channels solely dedicated to love with all your rom-com favorites, like She's All That, Clueless, Last Holiday, and more. It's TV the way it should be, free and easy.
I wanna be free.
So choose love and download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now.
I wanna be free.
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
It's the season of sickness, sniffles, and sneezes. But it doesn't have to be if you stay up to date on your vaccines. This fall and winter, you can breathe easy, knowing you have some help with your health, so you don't have to miss out on the sights, smells, and tastes of New Mexico's most wonderful time of year. Vaccines for the flu, COVID, and RSV are all available across the state. So don't wait. Vaccinate. Find an appointment at vaccinenm.org.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New Mexicare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
November 18th and 19th, it's the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby. 2 big days of fishing fun and prizes, like a $1,000 cash tagged fish or a $500 prize for the biggest catfish. Trout, catfish, and bass fishing with all waters open, and fish must be alive. More cash and prizes to be announced and all to be given away. Registration is Friday, November 17th at 1 p.m. at the Lower Tansel Dam. And thank you to sponsors TriStar Services, Steady Trucking, Barco Electric, and Silver Bullet Transportation. Don't miss the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby, November 18th and 19th, paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Ritchway for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Ritchway, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
Can't stand the heat? Get out of the kitchen.
3 things in life are the most valuable: time, self-respect, and love. And being the Breakfast Club has none of the above. Call now, 877-396-W105. Call now.
Taylor Swift's on her international airways in the U.S. next year. And for problematic songs. Guys always leave me. You'll love her love of pets. I kinda like cats. Cats don't ever leave me. And you'll hate her boyfriend. I date a guy on the Cleveland Browns. He's a third stringer. Taylor Thrift. Don't miss her. Live in concert this weekend in the parking lot at the mall, even though permission hasn't been granted by the mall. I'm a Thrifty. Cheap t-shirts and buddy bracelets will be on sale too. Taylor Thrift. See her while she lasts.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't afford Taylor Swift, Taylor Thrift would be right up there. We're just talking about people leaving California. And why are people leaving California to go to Arkansas? 32,000 people left California and moved to other states, and 10% have moved to Arkansas.
I would bet it was because their dollars go further. And those people probably enjoy doing outdoor activities.
I mean, in rural Arkansas, you can find some pretty nice places to live for pretty cheap rent. And there's great hunting and fishing and outdoors things to do in Arkansas. I mean, I didn't have a problem. I lived in Arkansas for a year. I didn't have a problem with Arkansas. I think their tax structure is a little crazy, but most of these people don't. I didn't know about their tax structure before I moved here.
Well, but most people don't.
California, yeah. California is moving to Arkansas. And when I speak about their tax structures, if you buy a sofa, any property, you're taxed on that.
Mm-hmm. That's why Texarkana, Texas does a big business.
Oh, Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, crazy. Looks like recent scientific discovery claims that giant sea lizards with angry eyebrows are roaming the waters over what has become North Dakota more than 80 million years ago. And to me, I'm just like, oh, please speak of this water in North Dakota.
Is that like Godzilla?
Could be. And by the way, when they're talking about nasty creatures, I always go back to like Washington, D.C. Very nasty creatures. 30,000-pound dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. 30,000 pounds are now being recalled by Tyson Chicken. Might have meat. No. Wait, let me rephrase that. Metal particles. Yeah, they're supposed to have meat, but metal particles in the nuggets.
Now, yesterday, United Supermarkets, which owns United and Albertsons Markets and stuff like that in New Mexico, said that nowhere in New Mexico was affected by that.
Awesome. So what's worse for you, the Tyson McNuggets or the metal particles?
Go hand in hand, don't they?
That might be up for discussion. In Toronto, a very complicated household. Arthur Rolex Knox, formerly known as Amanda Knox, was announced that she has now become a trans man. Why does that name Amanda Knox sound familiar?
She used to be a movie star.
Wait, she was a man that trans to a woman and now is transing to a man?
No, she was an. Oh no, he's a man that became a. Yeah, maybe that's the way it went down. Holy crap!
So,
and by the way,
started as a man, ends at a man.
Yeah, her husband became a trans woman. Oh man, you got a kid. That kid, yeah, we wonder why the kid. NFL referee Clay Martin, who was working the Kansas City Chiefs Dolphin game in Germany Sunday, did a little showing off when he announced one of the false start penalties to the crowd, and he actually did it in the German language at a game, NFL game in Germany. Just a little, you big show off. Had to show that you could speak German. And Anthony Bilkin will become Blinken. Why do I call him Bilkin? Because he's bilking everybody?
Right.
Blinken. Yeah, is traveling to Turkey. Traveled to Turkey yesterday. Will be coming home any minute. Joe misses him a whole bunch. And the father of the man charged with killing 7 people and wounding dozens others in that 2022 4th of July parade, Highland Park, Illinois, pleaded guilty yesterday to 7 counts of reckless conduct. As part of the deal he reached with prosecutors, Robert Crimo will be given probation. So he is charged, and the reason he is charged is because the dad knew that the son had some mental issues and didn't take care of his guns.
Oh.
And didn't he buy his son one of the guns?
I think
yes,
that's right.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that they bought him the gun and before the massacre, which is kind of crazy. And Will, I know you're a Marvel type of guy, stuntman who worked on Black Panther and Avengers. Tragically died in a car accident last week, which also killed his wife and children. So this guy's name is Chamara Ramis. He was a stuntman, so you probably don't know his name, but he was 41 years old, killed his 13-year-old daughter and his 8-week-old newborn. Oh, my Lord. And this fatal crash happened in Georgia. Wow.
Wonder why they were there, what they were filming.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe he lived in Georgia and was on break. I don't know. A former New Mexico State basketball player and student manager filed a lawsuit Monday stating that teammates at New Mexico State frequently brought guns into the locker room where they sexually assaulted players as a way of ensuring that everybody on the team remained humble.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, you remember the story. Kyle Fett, along with his teammate and student manager, who did not want their names released, filed a lawsuit in district court in Las Cruces against the school, against the athletic director, and the former coach, and also against 4 players. By the way, the coach and the athletic director all were fired. Lawsuit filed the same day as the Aggies preseason opener. And so what they're contending is that they were sexually harassed and there were guns in the locker room. So there was a sense of intimidation because the guns were in the locker room. It's not that there were guns there. It's that they were sexually harassing other players, and that led to hazing of a sexual nature. The whole story is very weird.
And wouldn't that bring the charges up to aggravated if they had the gun there too?
I would think so. I would think so. All right, boob of the day coming up in just a second. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about Donald Trump's testimony yesterday. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our friends at the Twin Wells Fuel Station right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. If you're driving on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles. You're going to see them. It is a large covered facility, very nice, and they do sell unleaded green diesel, red diesel, and DEF. They're open to the public, and they accept all your credit cards, fleet cards, and debit cards. So if you're traveling on 128, there is an alternative. Yeah, instead of running out of fuel, yeah, you could exit Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles, and fill her up. Tom in the text, 834.
All right, so this text is saying, B, you sound like Bruce Jenner on the radio?
How the hell would I sound like Bruce Jenner?
No. I guess he's insulting you, I guess. You know, Mama Bear said that should be...
I have no problem with my sexuality.
Right. Mama Bear says, you know, that should be considered child abuse to trans back and forth with a child around. She's making her point.
Talk about screw up a kid.
Right?
Well, apparently the kid is trans too.
Oh my Lord.
That's crazy, guys. God. It's just crazy, man. And 432.
Well, there's a old saying, the apple does not fall far from the tree. And look, I will say, I don't care whatever way you live your life. But when we start involving kids, that takes it to another level. With me. Just with me. Of course, I sound like Bruce Jenner.
Right. 432 Liberal also says, there was a recent murder trial with Amanda Knox. I think it had something to do with Italy or something like that.
Yes, you are correct. That for once, the Liberal brings something to the table. Amanda Knox. I knew that name rang. Remember, she is accused. She was accused of killing her roommate.
Right.
Yeah, different Amanda Knox, apparently.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It? Huh. I mean, Amanda Knox are out there.
I have no idea who Amanda Knox is.
Yeah, so J-Dub from Hobbs is chiming in and says, Tom, why is it that you read the verse from the Bible perfectly, but you can't, but you completely butcher a text, he's saying this morning.
It's AI. The Bible verse is that, Tom, and it's AI, Tom A.
That's what it is. I.
What's and he stumbles through it just to prove the point.
Right. It was on purpose, by the way.
Yeah. No.
Anyway,
I just wanted to sound human.
Right. Tommy in Carlsbad has one more text. Says, children are a product of their environment.
Wow. All right, Tom, I am going to give you...
I'm ready.
8 things that you can do to live longer.
All right.
Wait, let him get a piece of paper to write it down.
All right, here, number 8 might be the hardest. Eat better. Eat better.
No apple pie for breakfast.
No apple pie. Okay.
Number 7, manage your blood pressure.
It's good.
Number 6, manage your blood sugar.
Good.
Number 5, control your cholesterol.
It's good.
Number 4, manage your weight.
It's well, okay.
Don't you even say it.
Number
3, get healthy sleep.
Okay, I could do that better.
By God, I'll sleep all damn day. Yes, you'll do that better. Number 2, quit tobacco. That's about the only one that you have actually scored high in. And number 1, be more active.
Yeah.
Be more active. And by doing all of that, you can add 6 years of up to 6 years to your life.
So that should be 69.
More active. Most people are surprised you've lived to the age that you live to. Most people.
He's saying that if he started doing all those, he would only live those 6 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some things. I mean, you punished your body all these years.
Ain't nothing wrong with my body. I weighed 423 pounds at one time.
Oh, here, the number every time he tells the story goes up. By the way, you do read the scripture. Tomorrow, get the one about your body being a temple.
He treats his like a tent.
No, it's more like the damn Superdome. Your body is a...
Are you using those top 10 or 8 deals for you?
Yeah, Tom, I'm already doing all of those.
Except you get on a stupid motorcycle. I don't know why you tempt faith, B. You just tempt fate. I just don't know.
Because I'm not going to let anything control me, Tom. I'm not going to let something control me.
I would not get back on that scooter for nothing.
Well, you wouldn't get on the scooter to begin with. So what are you talking about? And you know what? The way you fall asleep while driving, I get it.
No, I don't do that. I pull over.
After about the 4th time you fall asleep and swerve, yeah.
No.
Yeah, what's the...
You guys were asleep back there when that jackrabbit ran across the highway.
Whatever.
Oh, now it's a jackrabbit.
It was a jackalope.
Yes. Yeah, it was a jackalope. No doubt it was a jackalope. Legal experts are saying that Trump testifying yesterday could have hurt his case. Look, if we have honest jurors, this whole case is going away.
Right.
The whole thing is going away. I trust somebody like Jonathan Turley that's on Fox News. And he said Trump being called to testify is like warning for the green flag in NASCAR. Because you know that some cars are going to crash fairly soon after. He said that there was a obvious disconnect with the testimony, and Trump seemed to be speaking to the public and not to the jury.
I
and he probably was speaking to the public. Yep. No doubt. And I don't know if you saw it, look it up. F. Joe Biden, written on many of the monuments right there in Lafayette Park. F. Joe Biden. Look, I get it. I get it, but you can't deface public property. Well, I guess you there. Well, wait. There's only two groups that can deface public property, and charges don't come. Palestinians, pro-Hamas demonstrators, them, and Black Lives Matters. And I'm starting to believe that Hamas and Black Lives Matters could be one. They could be one of the same. They could be. All right, Tom, text line. Then we're going to do the boob of the day.
All right, so Tom is not lying. It was a jackalope. It was painted on the side of the bus for the Odessa hockey team. That's right. I thought they were. I didn't think they were still playing. And the texter says the trial is by judge only. Is that right?
No, it said jurors.
Is it a jury? Okay.
Story said jurors.
And another texter says, yeah, keep, come on, brother, keep riding it, says the texter. And you know, they pretty much did this exact same thing of sexually assaulting in the locker room at Carlsbad High, and the video went viral. Remember that happened a couple of years ago? That was a big deal.
I don't understand sexually assaulting other players. I don't know.
It's a ritual.
We were different. You know, we didn't sexually assault other players. We were just trying to have sex with the cheerleaders. I mean, right. we were just different.
That really sounds like a Lord of the Flies kind of locker room.
Yeah, I'm different. CBS News poll shows that things are getting worse. January, 65% of Americans said that we're going in the wrong direction. November poll, 73%.
Whoa.
We're heading in the wrong direction. And Joe Biden thinks he can get reelected. Now, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it out loud right now. If Joe Biden gets reelected with these type of numbers, we know the fix is in.
Right.
We do. Because herpes is more popular than Joe Biden. It actually is. And that elderly Jewish man died after that confrontation with a pro-Palestinian protester in California yesterday. It got physical. Verbal altercation broke out between a 69-year-old unnamed protester and other Palestinian protesters, and things got ugly, and he was killed. Now, Blake, did they hit him with a flagpole?
The 69-year-old was a Jewish man.
Yeah. Did they hit him with a flagpole?
No, they pushed him down, and he hit his head on the ground.
Oh, my.
Oh. Charges could be coming in that case. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Our number 877-396-W105. Boob of the day being brought to you by our friends at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. They got medical professionals on staff to help you. If you're living in pain, there is a way to help yourself. I'm hearing more and more about stem cell. Yeah, they can use that to repair many things in your body. If you were supposed to have hip replacement, get in touch with them. Knee replacement, get in touch with them. But stem cell, they're using stem cell for a lot more than that. They're using stem cell. I read the story this weekend about blood pressure. Stem cell can repair blood pressure, and in some cases, repair a lot more than that. And if you're going through menopause, ladies, there's a way that you can help yourself with hormonal optimization. And guys, testosterone is the answer. If the libido is down and you just have no get up and go, talk to them about testosterone replacement. They do that and so much more at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So 4 men in England just got arrested for stealing a $6 million gold toilet. The theft happened 4 years ago, but they just got charged. A conceptual artist from Italy made it out of 18-karat gold and named it America, supposedly a commentary on unbridled capitalism or something. It was originally on display at the Guggenheim in New York. You could wait in line to actually use the toilet. The time limit was 3 minutes. It eventually got moved to a place in England called Blenheim Palace. It's a World Heritage Site. It also was where Winston Churchill was born. The gold commode vanished in the middle of the night in September of 2019, and authorities have been searching for it ever since. All 4 men are between the ages of 35 and 39, and they're facing charges for burglary and conspiracy to transfer criminal property. Sadly, police don't know where the toilet is, but chances are it's no longer a toilet. They think the guys melted it down long ago to sell the raw gold. And congratulations, guys, for stealing the gold toity. You are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. On the way, we're going to talk about U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services and the Mexican gray wolf that is roaming free. We'll talk about that. The voice of reason coming from John Fetterman. And Trump gets another endorsement. We'll tell you who endorsed him. And the IRS is being accused of weaponizing everything that they're doing. And 2 people arrested in a dispute over a parking space in Midland. We'll get to those stories and more on the way. Tom, wrap her up. It's 8:47.
All right. So, if you vote for Biden again, you deserve every bad thing that comes your way, says the texter. And the 2020 polls show Biden losing just like these current polls. Now, it looks like you guys will be crying in a corner again when Biden gets reelected in 2024, says Basement Boy this morning.
I disagree. Biden's numbers were pretty damn strong.
And then youngsters are losing God. Sexually assaulting males is an animal instinct to show dominance over males, says the texter. B.
All right, presidential polling numbers for 2020. Well, I thought that was a poll. I don't want to hear about the Electoral College. I said polling numbers.
Wasn't polling numbers in 2020 pretty even?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Like,
and by the way, when you start stealing elections, I mean, what can we expect?
B, we also had several texters say that it's a judge only in Trump's New York case. There is no jury.
I don't know why it said jury. I'm gonna go back and find the story. And I thought that too because I had talked about the judge said that he had already made up his mind before he heard the case.
Right.
But I do know. I'm looking for my story.
And while you're looking for that one of the texters says, you know what? I'm going to write in one of you guys, says the texter.
Put Tom down. I think that would be great.
Again, I think one of the big things is that, for president, what is the qualifications? I mean, there's a lot of good people out there that might make a good president, but
sure.
do they have the qualifications? Because there's a lot of good people that don't. No. And they wouldn't be a good president.
Well, my first qualification would be at least have some military experience.
Well, maybe. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Wait. Did you think Trump was a pretty good president?
Absolutely.
So where's his military
But
experience?
he went to military school.
Wait. Hold on.
He went to military school.
He went what?
To military school as a kid.
So that makes all the difference, right? What about George Bush? You thought he was a good president, right?
He was. He was a reserve in the
Sure,
National
he
Guard.
was. Believe that damn story. So you thought he was a pretty good president, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Midland.
And by the way, this is a Fox News story. And I'm reading word for word. He said Trump seemed to be speaking to the public, but neither a jury nor a television camera were present. That's what it said.
Okay. But being from Midland is not a qualification.
Just a judge.
It ain't.
Yeah.
Tom said, because Bush was from
getting
Midland.
out of military service, I wouldn't think would be a good qualification. Just throwing it out there. So I don't think it would be good. What do you think about Aisha, the Mexican gray wolf, Tom, making another journey into northern New Mexico? They have tracked this wolf, and it is traveling all over the place. And I have no problem with them trying to save an endangered wolf, but please remember at the same time, this is a predator.
Yeah.
A wolf is a predator.
Ship him over here. There's plenty of prairie chickens out here and lizards.
Yeah, let it eat our cattle, right? I think that's an awesome idea. Florida. By the way, that was sarcasm, okay? For you ranchers, get all that was sarcasm. Rick Scott endorsed Donald Trump 2020 race. Of course, he's a senator from Florida. Doesn't like DeSantis. No. DeSantis went after him pretty hard. He ran for governor and lost to DeSantis. John Fetterman, the voice of reason, by God, hits Gavin Newsom for not having the guts to admit that he's running a shadow campaign against Joe Biden. When John Fetterman is the voice of reason, you know things are crazy. Yeah. And the IRS has been accused of politically weaponizing by engaging in deliberate attempts to punish and suppress conservative watchdogs. You're Joe Biden. Again, it's not like that didn't happen before. It's not like, this is the first time. And 2 people arrested in Odessa, 24-year-old Jesus Galera and 25-year-old Frederick Davis arrested at the Marshalls fighting over a parking space. Is that parking space worth going to jail? But I would think it wouldn't be, but that's just me. We're going to take a break. We're coming back. Tom, anything else for we
All
go?
right, so this texter says, why don't you tell that Mexican wolf to stay down there in Monahans with the Sand Hill Bear, says the texter. All right, I lived there for 4 years. I know what that's like. President Trump's right to a jury of his peers was squashed, and that judge has sole ability to condemn Trump because of his political beliefs. Tommy in Carlsbad stated this morning.
Well, this whole trial is nothing more than a sham. But it could send him to prison. I doubt it if it will. I don't think this is the one that would send Trump to prison. I think the next one, when he goes before the judge and the jury about stealing an election, that one might.
How would you like to be the Secret Service agent with that duty if that happened?
Whoa.
Because
I think that would be really good.
Former president.
That's just me.
Yeah, you'd go to jail.
Yeah, you have to go to jail with him.
Yeah.
He needs to be protected.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We're coming back. Be on the Breakfast Club on W105, KWMW, Maljamore 105.1 FM. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. Their number one goal is to give you a quiet place to lay your head every night. It's for working tenants. They've got 162 RV hookups, all coming with 30 and 50 amps, all coming with the utilities you need, including high-speed internet, wired right to your hookup. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up, nice place. WWRV3.com, 988-0392. Check them out today or on the web at WWRV3.com. Qualifying folks, news coming up next. Let's qualify folks for the cash. 5 away from 9. We're W105.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money! I want it now.
Call in now to win.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Mental health among veterans has been an ongoing issue for years. New Mexico is among those dealing with tragedies the most. One of the most recent concerns surrounding veterans and mental health was the mass shooting that happened in Maine that killed 18. The shooter was a military veteran who allegedly was having mental health issues. 3 of the 10 of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at the hands of veterans. A New Mexico VA clinical psychologist said it's concerning. According to the Department of Defense Suicide Annual Report, although rates appear slightly lower than in 2020, suicide rates continue to gradually increase from 2011 to last year. A 71-year-old man reported missing Saturday at Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Richard Berry last seen at about noon last Thursday hiking at the junction of the Marcus and Blue Ridge trails. He shared a plan with his family to hike out of Dog Canyon to Blue Ridge and was expected to check into a hotel on Thursday night, but Berry never arrived at the hotel. His car was found at the trailhead at Dog Canyon. Preparations for the city of Carlsbad's 2024 Independence Day fireworks show underway on October 24th. Carlsbad City Council approving a $65,000 request for proposals to professional fireworks firms to produce, design, and execute the annual fireworks display at Lake Carlsbad. For the past 3 years, the city of Carlsbad is contracted with Precision Fireworks from Era, Texas to produce and coordinate the 4th of July fireworks show. Kyle Marksteiner, City of Carlsbad spokesperson, said there was no issue between the city and Precision Fireworks since the estimated cost is $65,000. He said New Mexico state procurement laws require RFPs from outside vendors. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Once again, it's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties, as well as grocery stores in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Artesia to fight hunger in our communities. With food prices still high, more people than usual are struggling during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure they don't have to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be in Lovington and Artesia November 17th and Carlsbad and Hobbs November 18th. Made possible by our platinum sponsors, Rig and Scrub Outfitters, the Tree Service LLC, and SDR Enterprises. Our silver sponsor, Forest Tire. Our bronze sponsors, Pettigrew & Associates and The Gun Shack. And our basic sponsors, Lee County Electric, Great Partners LLC, Carlsbad Chevy, and the Lovington Chamber of Commerce. Be as generous as you can with food or monetary donations. And join us at Bob's Thriftway in Lovington, 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday, November 17th for the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New Mexicare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience in serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Attention, Hobbs and surrounding areas. Do you have a tree that has suffered through its years, sick, sad, and just had enough? Look nowhere else but to the Tree Service LLC. The Tree Service offers cleanup and haul-off of cut wood, pruning, trimming, tree removal, and stump grinding. Any tree, any size, call the tree service guys. Don't let your tree stump you. Call Daniel at 575-408-3134 and get your free estimate and tree service scheduled today. That's Daniel, 575-408-3134. What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the Canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hello, who are you? I'm your number one fan.
By the way, Tom, that was AI right there. Alexa, that's AI.
Tom's on his way back in. He's still qualifying people.
I mean, of course he doesn't know that because he's not in the studio. Darn it. Recent scientific discovery claims that, well, I'm going to skip that story. A group of 55 Germans vacationing in Spain recently set the world record for the most number of beers drank in a 3-hour period. 55 Germans drank 1,254 beers.
Holy cow.
And by the way, I think they could set the record right down not far from me because they're there starting at 10 a.m. in the morning.
And does it go till midnight?
Yeah. I have never seen people drink like the Germans. I mean, it looked like Nancy Pelosi happy hour. I mean, it was crazy.
And those aren't little beers either. They're like good size.
No, and they like the heavy, darker beers. I don't care for the darker beers, but they're Germans and they like it. They like beers hot.
Well, they like it room temperature.
Yeah, My beer, I like it cold and very cold. Yeah, very, very cold. 2 diehard Philadelphia Eagles fans got married at the stadium in the parking lot prior to the big game against the Cowboys. Now, did the Cowboys go on to win that game?
No,
they lost. So the Eagles fans, it was they got married and the Eagles won. Wow. Richie Sambora says that the reunion with his old band could happen. Tom, what band is he used to be with?
Santana.
No.
Yeah, Santana. Yeah. Sounded right.
Bon Jovi.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, name somebody that played in Santana.
Besides Carlos Santana.
Oh.
Yes, besides, I mean, nobody knows.
Bruce Springsteen played in Santana.
Oh, shut up. Bruce Springsteen did not play with Santana.
They might have had a concert together.
Yes, but they did not. Yeah, he wasn't part of the band. New Edition is back playing in Las Vegas at the Wynn. So if you want to catch the original boy band, New Edition back together.
Is that with what's his name in it?
Who?
What's his Timberlake?
That was New Kids on the Block.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, I don't think Justin Timberlake.
Wasn't he New Kids on the Block? I think.
Yeah, I don't think.
With Donnie and all them. Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, I don't think he was in New Edition. New Edition was a little ahead of that. They were all African American. So I don't think Timberlake. I think he came up a little short.
You think?
Yeah, I do think he was New Kids on the Block. I need to look it up, I guess, but I think he was New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, New Edition was a black group. That Bobby Brown was in that.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely right.
Yeah, Bobby Brown. So Justin Timberlake,
98 degrees, someone said. No?
What?
No, I don't think it was 98 degrees.
Oh, NewSync. NSYNC.
NSYNC.
There you go.
NSYNC. NewSync.
That's what you get when you remodel your kitchen.
I mean, how do you get NSYNC? NewSync. How do you get NewSync out of that?
Well, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. And Jason Momoa is hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend, just in case anybody's watching Saturday Night Live.
That's still on?
Right?
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was going to say. Shooting at a college homecoming party outside of Houston yesterday left 7 people with gunshot wounds. Prairie View A&M homecoming celebration left 7 people shot, including 4 women and 2 men and a juvenile. Why? Why are you shooting people? Why can't you just enjoy the homecoming festivities? That would be a bigger question. All right, we got the good news of the day on the way. 70% of workers say they lie on their resume. Tom, name one thing that you lied about on your resume.
I didn't.
Everything that you put on your resume was the truth.
No.
Nothing but the truth. What do you think is the most?
I think people would lie about the resume about maybe where they went to school.
So you think they fake their college degree?
I think so.
I bet that's number one.
You think it's number one?
Yeah. So yeah. I think it would be if they have a master's or a doctorate, that type of stuff would probably be the easiest thing. So, Blake, when you hire somebody at the newspaper, a reporter, do you check when they say they are a college grad? Do you check that in any way?
Maybe is the answer, and I know that's kind of flippant, but it's true. Sometimes, but really, what I'm looking for is to make sure that they can string a sentence together and write coherently and things like that. And by the way, I am looking for reporters at the paper.
There you go. So, and by the way, we're looking for 2 sponsors. Things that happen on this date in history and the tweet of the day. So if you've been thinking about advertising with W105, don't get in touch with Tom. Get in touch with me or Will.
There you go.
Tom?
Yeah, I don't need that much more money anyway.
So. Says nobody. Nobody says that. Mm-hmm. Nobody.
Government tells me I can't make much more money.
Yeah. Well, the government told me that, but I'm not listening to the government. The government does not pay my bills. And my answer is, oh, you got money for foreigners coming into the country, but you want me to pay more?
Right.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Serving Southeast New Mexico and Roswell, 2 lots in Roswell. Fifth Wheels, Toyolers, the big name brands. They've got them. Ultralights, if you're looking for an ultralight. They've been in business now close to 70 years. And you can find them at MaineTrailerSalesInc.com. Give them a call, 575-622-1751. Don't go camping without Maine trailer sales. Looks like a Shiprock man pled guilty to shooting at a woman and at police in 2022. Justice Department said that Dion Benton, 24 years old, Shiprock, is going to stay in the custody until he is sentenced. He has been charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, also discharging a firearm during a crime of violence, and assault on a federal officer with a weapon. So he's got a handful of charges against him. He is a member of the Navajo Nation. And former Albuquerque school teacher, I did the story about this guy being convicted of rape and now picking up additional charges. Texas Southern band. So we just talked about Prairie View, and now Texas Southern band member is accused of punching a heckler at the ball game. By the way, this video is going viral. By the way, their name is the Texas Southern Ocean of Soul Marching Band. That day, the guy went off like Mike Tyson. I'm sure you can see the video. I watched the video.
Wait.
And he did hammer him.
Did he punch him or bite his ear off?
No, he punched him. No biting of the ear in this case. All right, 877-396-W105. Be on the Breakfast Club. Tom and the text. We'll take a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day.
Hey, B, Mark from Lovington is asking, did you see the story about John Voight and his daughter, Angela Lena Jolie? It's a good one. I think we've spoken about it yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. He's not happy and actually said, how can you support those animals of Hamas? He was not happy.
Mm-hmm. And Jerm is saying, look at this guy crying on the YouTube comments. What a crybaby. Laugh out loud, says the texter. And
crying on our YouTube comments?
Don't know, but he says, what a crybaby. By the way, I was going to ask you yesterday. I don't know if you saw it too, Blake, but the former Heisman Trophy winner, Caleb Williams, after the ball game, went up to the stands and cried in his mama's lap.
Yeah, he was crying.
He was overcome with emotion.
Mean, look, he went to USC. It's not what he thought it was going to be. And look, it's hard to win in year two. I'm not a Lincoln Riley fan, but it's hard to win in week two, and it's hard to win without a defense.
Right.
That's the God's honest truth. And so it's not. I mean, he left Oklahoma. Not that Oklahoma would be, Venables is in there. It's hard, and with Oklahoma, there it is. It's hard to win in week two. In year two.
If I was him, I'd stay another year. Ain't that good? Even though
I really don't think he's that great.
No,
I agree.
I don't think the nail polish that he wears on his. I don't think that blends in the NFL as well as it does at USC.
I transferred to.
That's just my humble opinion.
Colorado next year. I think.
Yeah, you said he's not that good, so he should go to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
okay.
That's
I'm good with that.
Deion's a winner, and he can make him a winner again. You guys
that
laugh.
made no sense.
What be?
That makes zero sense.
It sure does. Here's a text, kind of curious about it. Hector from Eunice. He's saying, and I pre-read it. I thought it's not nasty, but I'm gonna read it. I was stationed in Germany for a year and had a girlfriend that would invite me over for gatherings at her parents' house, and they always had warm smoked pork flavored beer by the truckload. Laugh out loud. Is that nasty?
All right. So there's a guy named Jip.
Oh, okay.
Jip.
And
I don't know who this guy is, but he's making comments about I'm worshiping the basketball Americans now. What the hell does that? I mean, I'm only, and he said, I don't care. I'm just waiting for him to say, I don't care how many Mexicans, Haitians, and Hamas come over here. Well, you'll never hear me say that. Sorry, you'll be waiting. He said the Republicans are weak. Vote harder.
I think
vote hard.
I think he's trying to get banned so that he can complain that he got banned.
Is that what it is? Okay. Here's another text. You know, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think he's right, but I'm going to read it anyway. Donald Trump was a graduate of West Point Military College, or whatever you want to call it. So he does have military background as far as that goes. Being in the military, says the texter.
So, Tom, that would make DeSantis your guy.
Well, DeSantis, if Trump is disqualified because of these trials, I got to go with Ron DeSantis.
I thought you were with Nikki Haley.
Nah, she ain't got no military.
No, I thought he was with Chris Christie.
Yeah. And
I
before
thought you
that,
were
Mike
Christie.
Pence.
Because DeSantis is a naval guy. He's a
All you
jag
do is pick losers. You pick a bunch of losers.
See what happens. You gotta have backup, dude.
You pick a bunch of losers. I'm not surprised that you pick a bunch of losers, but there you go. And French Parliament beginning a debate on a bill that would increase deportations. Look, we got an immigration problem. The French have an immigration problem. At least they're thinking about deporting people. You come into the country and commit a crime, you should be deported. You are a guest of our country. On the flip side, Canadians, Trudeau wants more immigrants. He wants more. According to the brand new story that came out, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is again raising his inflow of legal immigrants, saying we need more immigrants into the country. We can accommodate that, Justin. Let us know. And Marjorie Taylor Greene again reintroduced her resolution to censure Rashida Tlaib. I have no idea when they're going to vote on that. Last week it failed 122 to 186 with 20 plus Republicans siding against Marjorie Taylor Greene. Coahoma junior high school student brings a gun onto campus. Tom, how big is Coahoma?
Coahoma's about 1,500 people.
That's about right.
So is that about the size of Lovington School
Dexter,
District?
maybe.
Dexter.
Size of Dexter, maybe.
Oh, middle school student brought a gun to school. They were able to take the gun away from him. Law enforcement responded. The student now faces charges and probably going to be expelled and faces some type of criminal charges. Not good. Coahoma.
10 miles outside of Big Spring.
He probably didn't even realize he had it with him. You know, there's a lot of those folks out there probably live on a ranch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And it could have does it say if it was a handgun or a rifle? I mean, because I can see it being in the
handgun.
Okay.
Handgun in his backpack.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, on the way, we're talking about video of the El Paso State District Court judge yelling at a prosecutor. She actually, and this will probably be my last story, talked about a guy having medical problems with his growing area, and she said it was karma because he was convicted of a sexual assault. She's in big trouble, the judge is, for speaking her mind. We'll get to that coming up. All right, we good news of the day on the way. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom, if you would, go ahead and wrap up the text.
All right, so Tommy and Carlsbad, yeah, man, we got a new Bill of Rights for the people, and they are as follows. We have the right to sit down and shut the heck up or forfeit any and everything we have worked for all of our lives, says Tommy in Carlsbad this morning. Okay. And another one says, morning, guys. I have a poll question. Does theology and Trump and archaeology was the Israel's in the area of Gaza before Israel was established? I got to look at my Bible.
Yes, the Jews have occupied that land for thousands and thousands of years.
Mm.
They were there before Christ.
They were.
That's how far back they go.
Now we could have a whole conversation on
Muslims became Muslims.
Right.
They were there. All right, 921. Checking in with news this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 firearms in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got them all. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, they are encouraging you to go in there and talk to them about lethal and non-lethal personal protections. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Zia Guns, always closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. Check them out today. Let's qualify, folks, for the cash, and we'll take a look at news coming right back. Good news of the day on the way on W105.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm C.J. Papa. The House Judiciary Committee quizzing Special Counsel David Weiss about his 5-year probe into Hunter Biden.
Whistleblowers claim Weiss's initial investigation into Biden was hampered by politics and that defense lawyers were given advance warning of search warrants, and Weiss was blocked from bringing charges in jurisdictions outside Delaware.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz in D.C. Weiss has indicted Hunter Biden on charges he lied about his drug use on a form to buy a gun. Brandeis University bans the group Students for Justice in Palestine. Brandeis is the first U.S.-based private university to ban a SJP student chapter on its campus. The school says it made the move over the group's support of Hamas. The group denies the claim. It's election day. The governor's seat is up for grabs in both Kentucky and Mississippi, as well as the entire state house in Virginia at 140 seats. America's listening to Fox News.
Once again, it's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties, as well as grocery stores in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Artesia to fight hunger in our communities. With food prices still high, more people than usual are struggling during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure they don't have to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be in Lovington and Artesia November 17th and Carlsbad and Hobbs November 18th. Made possible by our platinum sponsors, Rig and Scrub Outfitters, The Tree Service LLC, and SDR Enterprises. Our silver sponsor, Forest Tire. Our bronze sponsors, Pettigrew and Associates and The Gun Shack. And our basic sponsors, Lee County Electric, Great Partners LLC, Carlsbad Chevy, and the Lovington Chamber of Commerce. Be as generous as you can with food or monetary donations, and join us at Albertsons Market in Hobbs, 3 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, November 18th for the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight.
It's the season of sickness, sniffles, and sneezes, but it doesn't have to be if you stay up to date on your vaccines. This fall and winter, you can breathe easy, knowing you have some help with your health, so you don't have to miss out on the sights, smells, and tastes of New Mexico's most wonderful time of year. Vaccines for the flu, COVID, and RSV are all available across the state. So don't wait. Vaccinate. Find an appointment at vaccinenm.org.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
This is Davis Smith, the Gorilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Working for the GEO Group at Lee County Correctional Facility in Hobbs is not going to be anything like you see on reality TV. The true reality of the GEO Group start at $20 an hour with no training. The GEO Group will pay you while you're trained to be a corrections officer. You get a 90-day $1,000 sign-on bonus, and then you get another $1,000 bonus upon certification completion. The GEO Group is proud to offer a community setting built for true rehabilitation through structured living and an incredible staff. Join the family today. GEO Group at Lee County Correctional Facility. Apply online at jobs.geogroup.com or call Jade at 575-392-4055. GEO Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Attention Hobbs residents. Exciting news is on the horizon for Hobbs Municipal Schools. On November 7th, we have a crucial decision to make that will shape the future of our community. Hobbs Municipal Schools is proud to present two vital projects as part of the $50 million GEO bond election. First on the list is a state-of-the-art 4th middle school, and second, a brand new facility to replace Heiser Middle School. These projects are essential to accommodate our growing enrollment and capacity needs within our current 3 middle schools. But here's the best news. Your property taxes won't go up. Even better, 44% of these projects will be funded by the state of New Mexico, all thanks to the passage of the bond. It's a win-win for our community. We invite you to learn more about the Hobbs Municipal Schools GEO Bond 2023. Visit our website at www.hobbsschools.net for all the details. Together at Hobbs Schools, we're building a better future. Remember, every vote counts. We look forward to seeing you at the polls on November 7th.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Rich Way for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Rich Way, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
All right, people, let's move it.
Drive in today with the best damn morning show on earth.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Time to get up on your feet this morning.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew. Find him online at randallpettigrew.com, running for his 3rd term in office. If you can help him with his campaign, find out more information on how you can help at randallpettigrew.com. By the way, if you need help and you're in District 61, just a simple reminder, he works for you, and he is willing to go to bat for you. Find out more information, randallpettigrew.com. Good news of the day up next. Tom, quickly to the text line.
All right, just got back into the chair here.
Quickly. That's why I said quickly.
Oh, so on the instinct thing, Bobby Brown was new addition, says the texter. And how about Michael Jackson? Was he in Santana? People are getting kind of...
Michael Jackson was in Santana. Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Santana.
Anyway, two quick texts for you. B.
Thank you, Tom. so much. All right, good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes. Get in touch with Rustin. He can take care of all your insurance. He is your Farmers agent, 575-396-0513, or stop by his office right across the street from Bob's Thriftway.
Okay, so a 12-year-old kid in Philly named Ethan Williams did the Heimlich maneuver at lunch and saved his buddy's life last month. He learned how to do it in school earlier this year. The teacher who taught him called it textbook. And the American Humane Society announced the winner of its annual Hero Dog Award. It went to a 150-pound Great Dane named Maverick. I don't think he flies an F-14. He works as a therapy dog with the USO to help support troops and their families. He's currently stationed at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri. And a sheep that was stuck at the bottom of a cliff in Scotland finally got rescued over the weekend. And I'm sure there's a joke in there. She had been living down there all alone for at least 2 years.
Wow.
So people started calling her Britain's loneliest sheep. No one had been able to get to her, but 5 farmers finally hiked down and helped lead her back up the side of a steep hill. They say she is in remarkably good condition and even a little overweight. An animal sanctuary took her in, so she'll get to live out the rest of her life around lots of other sheep. And that...
By the way, with sheep named Jip on YouTube? No?
Right. No. And that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Rustin Hayes. Check him out. Still to come, Tradio up next. Coming up tomorrow, Tom, it'll be the Wednesday edition of BN the Breakfast Club. Checking in with news, Tradio on the way. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. We'll be back in the 50s for the high by Thursday. And cooler temperatures coming up at night will be in the 30s, but probably on this side of freezing conditions. The point of all this is if you need air conditioning or heating help, Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, call Enrique Rocha today. His number is 575-631-1999. Call him today. We're out of here. Checking in with News Tradio with Russ Black. Up next, we're W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Mental health among veterans has been an ongoing issue for years. New Mexico is among those dealing with tragedies the most. One of the most recent